to the political scene. We dive into what I mean. Cryptocurrency madness, gaming world so vast. We're bringing you the future and echoes from the past. Tales from the crypto where the shadows come alive. Mo and Bolt are your guides. Let's take a dive in the crypto secrets. We unravel the law. Hold on tight, cause we've got so much more. Whispers of ghosts in the halls of the old, haunted by the memories of stories untold. Political shadows creeping in the night. Mo and Bolt, we're shining the light. From the paranormal to the political scene, we dive into the unknown, if you know what I mean. Cryptocurrency madness, gaming world.
OMI millionaire. Bullish on that cryptocurrency, yeah, you know it. Ever since the pandemic, we've been really on it. Bullish on it, cop it NFT every morning. OMI millionaire, lifestyle never boring. Moon boy, watch them charts start soaring. Crypto to a Lambo, it's a foreign. I've been all around the VV-verse, we've been touring. FOMO, fear, missing out while we scoring. OMI millionaire, cause you know when it rains, it be pouring. We was all investing, they was snoring. Now look at my collection, it's enormous. OMI millionaire. Bullish on that cryptocurrency, yeah, you know it. Ever since the pandemic, we've been really on it. Bullish on it, cop it NFT every morning. OMI millionaire, lifestyle never boring. Meet me there, on the moon, it's important. Thank you to everybody that supported. Now we poppin' champagne, that's important. And we kept playing the game, ain't aborted. Solid diamond hands are rewarded.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's Tales from the Crypto with me and the big homie MoKnowz. What's up, Mo?
Yeah, Dean. Yeah, listen, Dean. I gotta go. Listen, the show's about to start, Dean. I want to get you on here. I just want to make sure you got my recruitment video. Me, Rip Van Winkle, we're gonna be there. Me, Vanilla Ice. We're on. Yep, we're ready, bro. Hell yeah, bro. Every Superman needs a Batman. Needs a Robin. All right. Yeah. Tell Lois and Jimmy I said hello.
He's going to ice, y'all.
All right, Dean. Take it easy, bro.
Oh my
Peace.
God. We're losing Mo to ice.
Sorry
You're
about
gonna
that.
join Dean game. What's going on, Mo?
Ice, baby. Yes, sir. What's going on, chat? What up, Bolt?
What's up? What's up, everybody in the chat? Thanks for hanging out with us. We got Rob T first in the chat as always. What's up, Rob T? We got a homie Fittest in here. Fittest, are you Fittish? Are you a normal viewer? Or are you a new viewer? Because you're in here buying stuff from my eBay store. I love to see it, but how'd you find my channel? That's kind of wild. Rob D says, Bolt's making deals. Yeah, I got this. Deals in the chat. I accidentally signed into the wrong account, so if you see Chris Napier, that's me. What's up, Alejandro? Good to see you, my man. We got all the OGs here. Denny OC in the house. We got Dane Gang in the house. We got my man Abdullah. Let's go. We got some new gifts set up for you guys. We got some new graphics for this week. Our frames are pretty trash. I'm trying to figure out some good frames. I was talking to Mo about that, but we're working on it, man. We're upgrading over here. Let's see. Denny OC says, has anyone seen those AI Stormtrooper videos? My kids been sending them to me? Nope. I always see the Bigfoot AI, the dude that's always doing his in real life streams. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Bro, the AI
Yes.
popping off now is just, it's insane. And like, my favorite is like, it's got a crocodile about to eat a baby, and it comes up and just gives you the finger. It's like, it's like all these videos where you think like, oh my God, I don't want to see this, but it's like, you know, it's a joke because it's AI.
You know it's AI, so nobody's really getting hurt. That's messed up.
Oh, shit, it's pretty funny.
Shout out to Grandma Moore's in the chat. Happy Tuesday, Grandma Moore. Happy Tuesday, everybody in the chat. We got lots of fun stuff to talk to you guys about. As always, you see the topics below: paranormal, sports, politics, Web3, gaming, crypto. And we'll talk about what we've been watching this week. So let's get straight into it. I got rid of my old transition. We'll have to work on that too. it's a work in progress. Happy Tuesday, everybody. We're going to talk
You're no
about...
longer transitioning, huh? This really is Trump's America.
I know, I was trying, but now it's illegal, apparently. All right, y'all, we got a UFO update, sort of. Remember, we talked about the New Jersey drones a lot. We even had OG Johnny Dunn, who filmed some of them himself from his backyard, and his buddy filmed some and sent it to him, which he also sent to me. We played both of those a few months ago whenever the drones were blowing up over in Mo's neck of the woods in New Jersey and New York. And now finally people are asking questions and we're getting some answers. So I want to play the videos of the answers we're getting. First was Trump, and these are all recent. And then it's Mo's girl Tulsi Gabbard. And then at the end here, I also have a recent interview from a podcast where JD Vance is talking about their plans for UFOs and the drones as well. So here we go. Maybe. And this has a little bit of volume. So, okay, yeah, that's my bad. Hopefully it's not
I wanted to ask you about drones. We had the issue in New Jersey before the election where there are all these people thought UFOs or an attack of the killer drones. And I believe you're doing something about.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I know I can't tell you who it was and what it was, but yeah. I can't really tell you. I'd love to tell you actually, but it's not a big deal.
It's
but,
not something frightening.
No, but I just, so obviously it's something that I know about, and it's not a problem at all.
It was legal.
Oh yeah, that was legal.
Strange objects over New Jersey were drones.
I still have a lot of questions around that.
Yeah.
I've heard what the public official line is. I just personally still have a lot of questions that are unanswered.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just New Jersey. It was happening in different parts of the country.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There are stories that I am particularly focused on, in part just because you talk with your buddies about it. Like, I'm obsessed with the whole UFO thing. What's actually going on? What were those videos all about? What's actually happening? I haven't gotten to the bottom of it yet, but we're only 6 months in. We've been very busy. That's actually the August recess is in part me going to try to dive to the bottom of the whole UFO thing from last year. So
I mean, you got to have us back.
Okay, I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
All right, Mo, so what do you think? What do you think of that answer from Trump, who's basically saying, we know who it is, but we can't tell you? And the way he says it almost sounds to me like he's talking about aliens. Because she kind of asked, is it aliens? I don't remember exactly what was said, and I can't hear it when we play it there. But the lady kind of asked, is it aliens? And he was answering no before she got the aliens part out. And then he kind of perked up, but he didn't change his answer. And it's like he can't tell us who it is. And then Tulsi Gabbard says she isn't convinced with the explanation that's been given, and also that it was happening in more places than just on the East Coast.
Yeah, we're never going to be satisfied until we figure out it's actually aliens. It's anything besides that wouldn't even make sense at this point. But I don't know. I still lean towards government testing it, especially when that one drone got dropped, and there was that those two YouTubers that sped over there.
Yep.
The fact that the government was on the scene so fast to retrieve, you know what I'm saying? They closed that zone off quick, and that was live. That wasn't them making, they could not get there because it was shut down. So, what does that kind of remind you of, right? If you go back to Roswell, right?
Right.
Think about, cover-ups and people trying to hide shit, But to me, it just seems more like the same way, everything that we know about technology in the government, we're 20 years behind. Right.
Of course, yes.
I would assume it's just maybe some hydro propulsion, type engine that they're trying to work out. But why the hell would they do it? Like Tulsi Gabbard said, why would they do it in different parts? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
around the country,
out in the open too. I mean, it doesn't make any sense at all unless there's something shady going. Shout out to Bitcoin BM Dubs in the chat. We got the big homie Smart by here. What's up, everybody? We're talking about those New Jersey drones. There's been an update. But it's not a real update. It's like an Epstein Files update where they don't really tell us nothing.
Well, at least we got more on this, I think, than the Epstein. But I think, the thing to remember, too, about the drones is that a majority of the sightings and a majority of the places where they were being seen were either on, waterways and, near farmlands, right? So if they were, some sort of testing or some sort of spy, testing from another country, that's what they had to come in through the water. And you've seen, you know, when like the police talked about it, like there was that one boating incident or whatever that happened with that group of guys. And they were like, we went to go investigate, and these orbs came out of the water and basically guided us back.
What? I don't remember that.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
And then it had the sheriff right after that. It had the sheriff come on, and this was, I think it was Ocean Beach, like Ocean City, I think.
Right.
And it had the sheriff come on, basically like saying the same thing, but it's like two different people, and they didn't really know each other. They just had two different incidents happen to each other, and they basically told a very similar story. And I'll tell you right now, man, that sheriff looked shook. He looked shook, man. Like, if they were trying to sell it as, like, some sort of crazy fucking conspiracy, like, he just looked scared, bro. And I think that's how I would be. You know, if I wasn't trying to lie, I'd be absolutely petrified.
Yeah, a lot of times that's how I can tell, you know, if something is really happening or not by people's reaction. I feel like I can tell when people are faking it and when people are acting. Sometimes it's obvious. It's not always obvious, but sometimes you can tell. Yeah, it's weird. Well,
people handle stress differently, and
yeah, true.
You know, fight or flight type.
But when people are
stuff,
lying, I mean, sometimes it's obvious. DLC says, yeah, that Trump said you can't tell you what it is, but it's good. Like, that's kind of weird too. So, it sounds to me like it's alien and Trump knows, but I don't know that he could keep his mouth closed about it. Grandma Moore
or
says,
he's saying it's good. It's, you know, government testing. It's to protect us, and
right.
You know,
well, that's what he wants us
like
to
that,
think.
right?
Also, could be another option there. Grandma Moore says more cloud seeding. What do you think about cloud seeding, man? They're actually passing laws now in several states to outlaw, not necessarily cloud seeding, but they're trying to outlaw chemtrails. And most people would say that chemtrails aren't real. Most scientists and experts would say they're not real, but they're real enough that people are actually passing laws about them. What do you think they're real chemtrails? You probably see a lot out in New York.
I feel like the fact that we can see them and we know that they're there, it's not like, oh, it's some sort of like made up fucking atmospheric fucking particle that we don't see, right? It makes me wonder, like, do we really know? You know what I'm saying? What the long-term effects might be. I don't know. I just... Bro, we've seen the videos.
I don't know.
This is way beyond cloud seeding, but we've seen the videos of like these forest fires. Remember we brought them up on stream?
Yeah.
Of like the orbs diving in and out of these fucking things?
Yes, that's crazy.
That's the shit. Like, those are the weather making, you know, again, we're going to put on our tinfoil hats for a second. But those are like the weather making type fucking things that we have to worry about. You know what I mean? Like, oh, want to create a catastrophe to get, you know, aid from FEMA? Boom. Send a fucking orb out there into the ocean and create a fucking tsunami. Oh, want to get earthquake fucking protection and get people fucking riled up? You know what I'm saying? Use those earthquake fucking machines that they got. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, hopefully that's not happening. That's theoretical. There's no proof that that's happening, thankfully. But now...
Well, no, the machines exist. The machines exist, but are they being used in that manner?
Earthquake-making machines exist?
Oh, hell yeah. Look them up.
Okay. Earthquake-making machines. Why would they exist? Earthquake-making machines.
They use them for power generation, all sorts of weird shit.
It auto-filled for me, so you might be right. Let's find out. While earthquake-making machines can refer to devices designed to simulate or study earthquakes. Oh, okay.
And guess who made it?
There's no machine that can actually create real earthquakes. Machines like the T-Rex, a large mobile shaker, are used for research and exploration, while Nikola Tesla's oscillator was a device that could induce vibrations, potentially causing shaking in structures, but not a true earthquake. So they make little small earthquakes to study them, but there's no machine that exists right now that can make an actual real earthquake.
Well, again, and this is why we dive back into previous shows when we talk about. So we know that Tesla's responsible for a lot of shit that we use on a day-to-day basis, right?
Oh, yeah.
We've gone down the list.
Yeah.
But we also know that Tesla, especially in his later years, was smear campaign, fucking blacklisted, you name it, right?
Yep.
Bankrupted. We also know that when he died, majority of his trunks were never recovered. Who had them? Government has them. So again, if we're talking about DARPA, we're talking about all sorts of government agencies that's using these types of, you know, inventions. That's why I'm saying that they exist. I'm not saying that they're out there on the market where you can go create a fucking earthquake. No.
We've talked about this before on here, I think. Did you know that Trump's dad bought some of Tesla's old studies?
But yeah, because he was a part of the initial CIA.
Fred Trump was?
Yeah, or worked for the CIA or the officer.
Would
I know
not
that he
be
had something to do
surprised.
with that. But I mean, listen, that whole fucking operation was fucking a scam, dude. When he was staying at the New York hotel, they at the time they had like all the sign-ins and sign-outs for people that supposedly worked there.
Yeah.
Well, at the time they didn't really know who was in the CIA, but when this stuff is declassified after these people are dead, well, guess what? They went back and looked in the New York fucking hotel records, and guess what names were in there? All the names of these agents.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So
he's
but
connected to
again, that's why I'm going down a crazy rabbit hole. But the point is, if his oscillator machine worked and the government stole it, why wouldn't they be able to use it? Why would the fact that we just had an earthquake felt here in New York, like what, a couple days ago?
Oh really?
Yeah,
Dang.
Northeast, and I'm like, listen, why would we all of a sudden start having earthquakes here? Like that would be kind of weird to me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, all of a sudden we got some weird tectonic plate fucking
That
slippage
fracking,
going on.
man, y'all been fracking too much.
And that's the thing. Yeah, maybe there's some evidence of that. But my whole concern would be they strike fear in us and then they control us, right? That's the government. That's the government way.
That's what they do.
Right. So if you were like, oh, these people in New York and New Jersey think they're safe because they only got to worry about weather-related stuff. They don't got to worry about earthquakes. Yeah, let's show them what it feels like to be worried about earthquakes, and then we're gonna start selling them earthquake insurance. We're gonna start doing all sorts of crazy shit, earthquake-related, because now they have to worry about it.
Right.
But again, it just is obviously tinfoil hat conspiracy type stuff. But I'm just saying, man, if that machine does exist, that would explain a lot. Some of these weird things that happen every now and then. That's all.
La Chatelaine is not buying it. Poke says, what are you drinking? I'm drinking coffee, but I've noticed recently, I've been trying different coffees that for some reason, Colombian coffee is what I like. Now I've been drinking Colombian coffee all the time. That seems to be the best.
I only do Colombian, bro. Colombian's the way to go.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's thick, it's dark, you can taste the flavor. C-Spill says about 10 trunks weren't recovered. Oh yeah, nobody knows where those went? They could be buried somewhere. Same hotel Diddy was at? Nuh-uh. That figures.
No, they wouldn't have been buried. Because they were all cataloged and stored in with him. And then the fact that he died, and within, they said, like, minutes, the floor was fucking sealed off. No one was able to access his shit. So the government, the same way, are we ever going to believe the fucking Epstein files? Did they ever come out? No, obviously not at this point. I know we can get to it. But, like, am I going to believe what the fucking government found on Tesla's floor after they were fucking snooping around for a month before they even released any information? Hell no.
Nope. Because I can tell you anything. DDOC says he ain't going out into the woods because he could get a 30 grand fine. Did you hear about Canada? I don't even understand what's going on with Canada, but they have like a new law where you can't go in the woods, and some guy went in the woods. I guess his dog shat in the woods, and that got him a $30,000 fine.
Huh. Along those lines, remind me I'm going to bring it up anyway during what you watching.
Take your dog out.
But, no, $30,000 in the woods. It's along the lines of that, but we'll get to that later on. Anyway, yeah, as far as what I've said, on the show, an earthquake machine is probably the craziest thing I've ever talked about, so.
Slay Chatelaine brings up a good question. Who are they? Everybody always asks when you say they, who are they? Poke says coffee, Starbucks. I drink a lot. I'm not rich. I went to Starbucks one time. It was like $9 for one cup of coffee, and it wasn't even that big. I was like, never again, sir. Never, ever. Let's move on to one more topic that we want to bring up during the paranormal section, although it's not really paranormal. It's a true life story about a lady.
This was funny.
She is man, it's kind of hard for me to read it from where I have it here. Okay, so she's a 20-year-old lady, and she suffers from nonstop orgasm. She can't stop orgasm. Is it orgasming then? She can't stop orgasming. So yeah, she's in China. It's a Chinese Asian lady, and she just keeps orgasming over and over and over. It's not anything to do with sexual desire or stimulation, but it's been happening for 5 years non-stop. Mo, what do you think?
I just tried it. This is why I sent it to you at the time. I sat there for about 3 to 5 minutes, just imagining what it'd be like to just be busting a nut constantly for 20 years straight. Or 5 years straight. That to me, in that 3 to 5 minute window, I was already exhausted.
Like, how do you eat and stuff? Do you have to eat while you're, like, moaning? How do you eat while you moan?
Yeah, it's like, welcome to McDonald's. Yeah, I'll take a number 1. Hold the pickles.
I need to fact check this because this seems a little hard to believe. Yeah, what's up, Age Arrow? You kind of jumped in at a weird time. Bitcoin BMW says you need to try some Kopi Luwak coffee. Sounds like Hawaiian. I've tried some Hawaiian coffee before, but I've not heard of that brand. We got Big A in the house. What's up, Big A? Says the fatal flaw of all these conspiracies is that it would involve thousands of employees keeping a secret, which is never gonna happen.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. The same way that 99% support the 1%, you only have to have one person in a fucking company controlling everybody by all sorts of means. Manipulation, money, intimidation. There's all sorts of fucking angles you can take at that. I don't believe that. That's the dumbest thing that ever came out of your mouth, Big A. I'm glad to see you, buddy. Hope all's well.
And there's a compartmentalization as well. Daniel C says, yeah, that would definitely be awkward. Imagine like you go to the bank and I need to withdraw $100. I mean,
Yeah.
how are you gonna get through life? All right, so that's our topics for paranormal. Next week, I think we're gonna get into crop circles. Mo had sent me something about crop circles, but I was like, whoa, bro. I've gotten into crop circles a little bit. I'm a believer, so we definitely gotta save that for a full paranormal.
Well, some of those videos on there are pretty wild. Just saying.
I was
I don't know if they're doctored.
I thought they seemed fake to me, but if they were real, then
They look fake to me too.
wild.
But I'm saying that's what I'm saying. If they are real.
Right.
But and I sent you the other thing too. I want to talk about at some point with that thing hurling towards Earth that apparently is
Yeah,
shooting off some sort of.
One thing we talked about already. I didn't have time to check that out, but that'd be another one that we can hold back for next week. We're gonna have lots of good stuff to talk to you guys in the weeks coming.
We talked about it being in orbit, but I don't think we talked about
some
some of the new discoveries they made about it. But then again, we'll get into it maybe next week. But if you look into the the conflicting evidence against it and people trying to debunk it, it's pretty easy to debunk, but it's still interesting to talk about. I mean, shit, the Y-Files makes a fucking whole living on that.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say I've heard stories that it was headed straight towards us, and then I've heard other people say that that's completely false. But I don't know which one of those people to believe. But what's not false is what's going on in the WNBA right now. In fact, we told you about it before anybody else. We were talking about this last week. Everybody was acting like it was a one-time incident. We tried to explain to them, no. These dildos been flying for a minute now. The fourth dildo in under 2 weeks has been thrown on the court at an NBA game. Let's look at a little bit of footage of it. I don't think there's any sound of this. It was at the end of the Atlanta-Chicago game, just out of nowhere. Of course, if you're on Polymarket, you're making a bet on what color you think the dildo is going to be. So what do we got? Is it a green? Is it brown? Is it orange? We got a purple dildo. Purple dildo. If you voted purple dildo, congratulations. You just made some money. So,
and if it's ever a brown one, I don't want to be the one that has to pick that one up.
Wait, what? All 13 WNBA teams apparently are now required to install safety nets to protect against dildo throwing incidents. Now that's
Tell me you read the comments on that picture.
I didn't read them.
Please tell me, bro. The gifs and the fucking pictures of people that were like, dildo throwers warming up pre-game, bro, like sniping these fucking like 2 diameter targets to get it through the net, bro.
It's sad that they're actually like throwing them at people on purpose and stuff and hitting people with them. But now this is actually from a parody account. It's not actually true. But what we did find out about this whole dildo thing that's going on in the WNBA is that first green dildo that got thrown out onto the floor was actually thrown out by some meme coiners. We know all about meme coiners. They created the green dildo coin. Its ticker is dildo.
Of course.
And they threw that green dildo out there to get some attention to it. The second dildo thrower was not associated with the meme coin, but the third dildo thrower was. That's why that one was green. So every time a green dildo gets thrown onto the floor, that coin pumps. I don't know if you guys are holding any dildo in your wallet. I personally don't have any dildo yet. I'm not sure what blockchain it's on, but you can check the chart. Chart don't look too bad, let's be honest. I mean, maybe we need to pick up some dildos. Mo, you getting any dildos?
I'm not in the business of dildos at the moment, but I mean, shit. That thing bounced again. I might be selling off crown. That's a weird conversation. Tell the girlfriend, but I gotta sell up some crown for dildo.
Because the dildo might bounce.
Yes, dildos might bounce right off of Caitlin Clark's chin.
Maybe. Duke says pretty easy to make a world. Well, we got eggplants floating around. Pretty easy to make a world come together if the whole world is threatened. Yeah, that's what they do. Scare you. Rule by fear. Yeah, it is great marketing for a meme coin. They're one of my top meme
Well,
coins
that's Project
now.
Bluebeam right there, Denny.
BK says it comes here for the most up-to-date dildo coverage. You get it here, man. Nobody was talking about this last week. We let you know. And if you were paying attention and you cashed in on Polymarket, then you can send us a tip.
Hey, everybody out there. I was looking at the biggest channels. Hassan, Asmongold, they were like, this is a one-time deal. Nope, we were like, listen, this is going to be a dildo-demic. All right, they're going to be flopping on the court for the foreseeable future until they get this shit under control. And I mean, to get it under control, I don't know. I mean, my boy Trump might have to bring in, you know what I'm saying, the federale.
He probably will.
You know what I mean?
Federal agents coming in to stop the dildo throwing. Denny OC says, I heard it could be a double-sided trade. Yeah, I mean, now let's be serious,
If I was drinking coffee, I might have actually spit that out.
Let's quit messing around. Let's be serious. We have a message here from one of the WNBA coaches. We gotta try to keep this, legit.
Yeah, let's keep it clean.
Keep it clean, and let's give you a nice message about why this is actually a bad thing and hurting the WNBA.
Throwing things onto the court. Obviously, you guys know.
Just remember, Chad, this is 100% serious.
And I just want to comment on this has been going on for centuries. The sexualization of women. This is the latest version of that. And it's not funny. And it should not be the butt of jokes on any radio shows.
Okay, you get the point there. That one actually goes on for a long time. I think you get that.
I meant to send you the other one with the workout video.
I didn't see the workout video. Ladies, shout to the lane. How long has it been going on? 2 weeks now. It's just starting, but I feel like they're really going to lock down. So, I mean, if you want to sneak a dildo in there, it's going to hurt, literally. Denny OZ says maybe all the drones in New Jersey will become the Green D bombers. Maybe they're all connected somehow. I didn't think about that. You got a point there. So, yeah, that's the update on what's going on in the world of the WNBA and, of course, green dildos as well. One more thing that I did want to mention on here, for sports anyway, is my man Deion Sanders' son, Shedeur Sanders. Now, what was the story with him exactly, Mo? I remember he didn't get picked up to like the 7th round, and then there was some reason he didn't get picked up to the 7th round, where like Trump tweeted about it or something. Do you remember?
What I understand is a lot of people thought he was just like hampered and thought he deserved it, but I didn't really think he was too crazy good looking in college. I mean, my homie, that while I watch football with and play Madden with, I mean, he was the one telling me. He was like, yo, this kid, he might be something. And he came out and absolutely fucking shredded him the other night. Now, again, I mean, this was Carolina's defense. I don't know if we're going to put too much stock into it, but he did come out and do a lot of things I like seeing from an NFL quarterback that I know most Jets quarterbacks never do. So I give him that. But I just story with him, and the reason why he was sliding is that, again, when you have someone that he went to a school like Colorado, he's got his dad coaching him, and now I see some talk about like, oh, well, how good of a coach is Deion really if he can't even get the most out of his kid, and then he goes to the NFL and torches people, right? Last time I checked, Deion's not a fucking quarterback. I mean,
exactly.
Deion can teach him how to be cocky, he can teach him how to be flashy and dance and make a music video, wear chains. But I mean, some of the stuff you're showing right now, dude. Listen, that slide alone. You know how many concussions Jet quarterbacks have taken to learn that lesson, and they still never figure it out.
The Jets could have picked him up. The Jets could have got him in round 5. They could have got him in round 4. They could have got him in round 3.
I know. But here's the thing, and I don't know if you have the footage on this. I talked about this on the show. I told people, you better watch out for Justin Fields. My homeboy thought I was crazy being more amped up for Justin Fields than I was for Aaron Rodgers. I said it. He got fucked in Chicago, but he had some points of brilliance. Went to Pittsburgh, played fucking outstanding, and then got benched for a fucking aging, washed-up Russell Wilson. Just because he was promised a job from Mike Tomlin. So that was not like, you lost a job due to your talent type shit. That was like, we promised it to Russ, so we're going to give it to him, right? I respect it. But it doesn't change the fact that we might have gotten ourselves a steal. And if anybody watched that Jet game, again, I know preseason, blah, 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 blah. That drive, bro, that was against the ones. He's not out there against backups. He's thrown against the ones. He's making good plays. He's fucking finding the fucking hot read. I don't know. Again, I love what I saw from Shador. Love what I saw from Fields. It was actually a bunch of good performances. So I got to really start dialing in for fantasy. I'm pretty out of the loop.
Yeah, we've been talking about starting up a fantasy league for people that are watching the channel. I think that'd be a good idea. We could always update it and check it out during the sports section every week. So I'm gonna work on that. That's gonna be something I'll work on this week. Anybody who wants to join in, let me know what service you guys like to use. We used to use Yahoo. It was Yahoo that we used for fantasy football. I don't know what everybody uses these days. It's been a while.
The league I play in is always on Yahoo. I personally think it's got the best interface. I think it's got the better scoring system. Like ESPN, like it's like single point. They do some weird shit on ESPN.
They shot the lane says they throw hats and octopuses in hockey. Isn't it octopi?
Octopi.
They do throw those out there. Did Angel Reese? It's Angel, not Angel. Walk away from the sky. What is this? Is this some blasphemy against my girl Angel? I don't know. Is there
that's gotta be Trump fake news.
Yeah, I would have heard about that, I'm sure. Did you just say your homeboy said he was good looking? Is that what you said, Mo?
No, if anything, I said he said he was looking good, like as a quarterback.
Oh, yeah, in that way, dude.
Because he knows I don't watch college football really, so I did watch Colorado because of Dion, just to kind of check in. But
dang.
I don't primarily watch college because it's like.
Yeah, I don't watch much college.
You get a couple good teams, and then everybody else is like, oh, I got one good player, and everybody else didn't even start in high school.
Man, I didn't know he was that accurate. Sanders had a 71% accuracy. And I don't know why he was drafted late. I used to know why. I thought it was something because Trump said something, or I don't know why. I really don't remember. If you remember, tell us, because now I'm curious. I should have looked it up. All right, let's move on to our politics for this week. We got lots of stuff to talk about in politics. Anything you guys want to talk about in particular in the chat, let me know. Or Mo yourself, let me know, because there's like hundreds of different things that happen every week. So it's really hard to keep up with it. I know most of the things that are happening, in my opinion, are just distractions from the whole Epstein thing. However, this one has to be the number one issue, in my opinion, even though it is a distraction. The fact that Trump is taking control of the D.C. police and bringing in, was it National Guard? And he's just taking over the capital city. And his whole argument is that he has to because crime is out of control. But crime is like down 25%, and it's been going down over the last few years. So it's kind of scary to me because he says he wants to do this in other cities as well. Other big cities like yours, New York is one that he mentioned. And I mean, why is he bringing a bunch of troops into all of these big cities unless he plans on using them during like an election where they lose, in 3 years, and he doesn't want to leave, and then he's going to have all his own police officers with ICE plus all the National Guardsmen and whoever else. These federal officers are going to be in all these cities, and they're going to stop the voting or stop the counting. Who knows what they're going to do? It doesn't make any sense to me that he's doing this without it being an authoritarian power grab.
So, did we even talk about this on the show? I know I had this conversation with my homeboy because he actually had me look it up because I didn't even know when the hell it had even happened. But the discussion was martial law, right?
Right.
And I had to go back into like the 1930s, and most of the time it happens in other countries, if anything. But when you really start looking at it, and you're like, well, shit, And again, I'm gonna look at this as split down the middle as I possibly can, as a realistic approach. Okay. Does it look like exactly what you're talking about? Absolutely, it actually does. Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, we can't say that, okay, crime is down. No, reported crime is down. Okay, and again, you say, we want to send them to New York. Well, guess what? My state happens to be one of the biggest alongside California, and I also lived in San Francisco during this time. Happen to be the two places that are, affected the most. And by lowering the fucking punishment for these crimes or just looking the other way and not even reporting it at all, doesn't really, change my mind on that the crime isn't happening. Like, people are becoming better human beings. You don't actually believe that,
theft,
right?
That's the main thing that they lowered the penalties for, was theft. But this is all violent crime.
Not just theft. If it's even like physical abuse or people pulling weapons, drawing weapons on people. Basically, bro, you pulled a weapon on somebody in New York. I don't know if you remember like the Plaxico Burress thing where he shot himself and all that shit.
Dude.
Like, hey, bro, if you had any sort of gun residue on you in New York at some point, you were cooked, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You were just done. Nowadays, it's like, all right, take the gun. All right, yep, here, show up to a court date. Hope you do. You know what I mean? Like, they just don't enforce this shit, bro. And I have a hard time believing a lot of those numbers when I know they don't enforce it, and I've seen it with my own eyes. Again, that being said, though, I've always absolutely worried about some sort of martial law actually creeping into the United States, because that's fucking scary.
Yes.
Exactly what you just said.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Take control of government agents, take control of fucking ICE and fucking local authorities, right? And I know, I'm sure you're going to bring this up, but, the fake news, right? And as much as I love Trump, I know he also blows smoke like most fucking businessmen. The numbers that he was fucking talking about, I looked them up too, and they're wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, like I said, just don't think because I love Trump and I believe in a lot of shit, I don't always agree with him. I know a lot of time he just blows smoke. But again, we have to kind of say, listen, people aren't becoming better human beings out there, I wanted to actually talk about this. I don't think I sent you the video. Maybe I did. I'm looking through my Discord. We just talk about it all the time where it's like shit happens and no one reports it, right? What do they do? Whip out their phone. They want to be the first fucking clickable TikTok video to make money. And that, bro, I was watching, I forgot who I was watching, but it was some round table like Dr. Phil and Bill Maher and shit. And they were just going off exactly what we were talking about. That's the state of our society. You know what I mean? So that's why I have a hard time believing like, oh, well, people are better human beings. I don't know. Again, I'm very split down the middle on that because I definitely see it your way.
But it seems like that's a reason. Is that a reason to bring in federal troops, though? It just doesn't make any sense to me unless he has some evil plan.
Well, here's the thing. You can sell me on the idea if it's DC. You want to say, right, because it's, federal, it's the fucking,
we already did it in Los Angeles, too. Keep in mind.
Not to this extent.
True. Not to this extent.
Not to this extent. I'm saying,
crazy.
Like, that was crazy, but that was kind of towing a line. But no, the DC is absolutely, that's like going over the line a little bit. But you could make the case and say, well, this is DC. And if you can't keep, the home of our democracy clean and free of crime and fucking all this crazy shit, I mean, you can't really take the rest of the country seriously. Again, but if you're going to say, okay, well, now we're going to replicate this in fucking New York, we're going to replicate this in California, hey, let's send it down to fucking my boy DeSantis in Florida. No. Like that, again, that's creeping towards martial law. And even if I'm not a diehard Republican, even if I was, I'd have to look at that with common sense and be like, that's going too far.
Yeah, and hopefully other Trump supporters feel the same way. Before we move on to the next
topic, a lot of them that I
politics,
absolutely do.
Good.
Thankfully.
I like to hear that. You still voted for him, though, so I'm holding you accountable.
Give me an option.
One of the things
Give me
an
option.
Well, you ain't wrong, but I still take the lesser.
I see you guys' option. Listen, real quick.
Not a good option. Our option was not a good option, but hopefully this time around we'll have
I'm talking about coming up because they're talking about Buttigieg, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, bring Buttigieg," and I don't even know too much about Buttigieg. Oh, not Buttigieg. No, wait, is that the guy I'm thinking of? The gay guy and the Democrats?
Yeah, Buttigieg.
Yeah, that guy. Bro, I'm like, oh, let me look into this guy. And the first thing I find is just crazy black people who are just homophobic, just trash talking this guy. And it's not even like they're fucking Trumpsters. And that's why they're talking even on the Democratic side. Like, that's why he's going to have a hard time. If you're going to try to win the young male voters, especially the urban vote, I don't think that's going to cut it. And again, I'm not homophobic. I don't really give a fuck what your, priorities are in life. But,
To me, he's just a member of the establishment, in my opinion. I'd rather have a more progressive.
Oh, and I've read that too.
Like I said, before we move on to the next topic in politics, you mentioned something that Trump said about beautifying Washington, D.C. And I don't know if you heard about his plans. His plan was to completely repave all the roads and put a bunch of gold decorations in the roads. He also said he's going to redecorate the Oval Office completely, tear it all the way out, put a whole new thing in. They've already tore out the Rose Garden that's famous in the White House and replaced it. I don't know what they replaced that with. And we talked about last week about the ballroom that he is designing. Now, does this sound like somebody who plans on leaving in 3 years?
No, no, it doesn't.
Dang,
like I said,
this dude is trying to take over the world, dude. He's trying to take over our country, and the people who voted for him are the ones who
you like the ballroom. You like the ballroom.
What's up, Sam?
No, I didn't vote for that. I voted to get shit under control right now in this fucking listen.
But you voted for a crazy person. That's what I kept trying to explain to you. You voted for the person who tweeted out, "I hate Taylor Swift" in all caps.
I voted for the least crazy.
Kamala has degrees in economics and law, and was like the attorney
here we
general
go
for
again.
the largest state in the country. Let me check out what Sam.
There's a reason why she's not even running back for governor. She wants nothing to do with politics. I just watched an interview with her. She's like, "Nah, I'm good."
Good. I didn't like her that much anyway.
No,
Sandbox
that's my point. Thank you.
If a future Democrat president did everything Trump has done so far against MAGA, would you still be okay with it, Mo? And that's something y'all might have to deal with at some point. Probably not, because he ain't leaving. But if he doesn't take over the country and a Democrat gets into office and it's a Democrat like me, they put me into office even though I'm not a Democrat, and then I take some revenge on MAGA, are you okay with that since it's the president and you have to follow the same rules you followed whenever Trump was president?
I already had to deal with that shit, first of all. Because anytime I fucking start going to place, it's like, coffee for Mo, and it's like they make me fucking identify my fucking gender just to get the fucking coffee. Like, they don't do that no more. It's kind of weird that shit just stopped happening and we get back fucking to some sort of sanity. So we did kind of deal with that, and that's where I think the pendulum's swinging back the other way. Would I like to see some sort of normalcy down the middle? This is how it should be, okay? And this is how it is in most of my life anyway, at least in New York, because I live on Long Island. It's red. New York is blue, right? We know this. But live your life. I'm gonna live my life. Unless you interfere with my life and you fuck with my girl, my family, my money, like, we don't really have a problem. You know what I'm saying? And I just wish that more people would be like that. And if you don't like the show, change the channel. That's it. Like, yeah. I don't know.
I've always agreed
freedom
with
of speech.
100%. All right, next thing I want to talk about was these guys from Algeria, the journalists and Al Jazeera journalists in Gaza, who Israel killed over the weekend, and they said that they purposely targeted them. And then, they asked why. So why'd you kill this dude that was like pretty famous? I mean, he was known. He's been doing this for a long time. And they said because he was actually Hamas. And they're like, so what's the proof that he was Hamas? He took a picture with the Hamas leader once a long time ago, before October 7th or before October 6th. And so that was their excuse for killing him. I mean, it seems to me like Israel's extremely evil, and the entire world sees it, and none of their bullcrap propaganda is working at all. So the problem is everybody in the world views Israel with America. So what Israel's doing in Gaza right now, they see it as America is doing that in Gaza right now, and America is doing that in the West Bank, because they're the ones that are funding it, and they're the ones that are allowing it to happen. So whenever we start facing some backlash, not even just internationally from other countries and people hating us, not coming for tourism, but also like terrorist attacks, should we blame? I mean, who do we blame? Like, why are we submitting ourselves to this for some foreign country that is committing a genocide? Is wild. I don't get it.
Pull all the funding. Pull it from everybody. Cancel them all.
Yes.
Get rid of them. Same way they got rid of Howard Stern.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to hear that. He was kind of falling off.
Oh, I wasn't. Listen, and again, people want to say, oh, it's fucking craziness. Listen, there was no, and I repeat this very fucking sternly, no pun intended, I was the biggest Howard Stern fan growing up. Me and my dad, did not miss a fucking beat. Howard Stern, the past 10 years, can't stand the motherfucker, bro. Like, that guy sold out. He became everything he ever fucking was rallying against and getting people rallied. Oh, it was disgusting, bro.
I feel like he's always been pretty liberal.
No, not in his early days. That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe
I used to listen to him too a little bit. Maybe not as much as you, but he always seemed pretty liberal to me. I don't remember him ever saying anything that I disagreed with politically.
Because he wasn't political. That was the point.
True.
Like, he did everything that he could to push the envelope and become the king of all media. Like, that was Howard Stern. And then he realized, well, I got to get the money, and I got to get the interest groups, and I got to get this, and I want to get on TV, and my time on he actually talked about this on an interview where he's like, I had to basically just suck it up and put all this fucking weird shit behind me. And that's why, and if you really want to know what people are all about, just look at the people around them. Like, listen, Howard Stern's fucking group of the, the whack pack and shit growing up that he had on the radio and, whatever, are they like... Yeah, well, yeah, it's one of them. But like Gary and fucking Ronnie the limo driver, like all these guys, bro, these are not normal people, okay? But they're guys, bro. Like, you probably got boys in your life. I know I did that, just like those guys growing up. And when you see Howard Stern get older and these guys turn their backs on him, because of what he does and how he treats the fucking crew and what he did to fucking Artie Lang, bro. And that's a fucking tragedy and a half. That whole story right there.
Yes.
The way he fucking ripped through fucking the chick from Different Strokes. What was her name? Dana Plato.
I don't know.
Basically, fucking forced her to kill herself. Fucking like a day after being on the air. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, people have to hold these fucking people accountable. Like, he's not a good guy. But when you see it, the point is, when you see your friends or his friends just turn their backs and walk away, you have to really kind of question, like, yo, is this guy legit? And that's why over the past 10 years, and he's talked about this, he had to make these decisions for business and his life. And this, it's just, they were the most fucking copped out, sell out fucking answers I've ever heard in my life. So
I think if you're
I'm glad he got canceled.
If you're in his shoes and you're a podcaster, and you're moving to podcast, you were a radio host, you were the biggest radio host. Now you want to be the biggest podcast. You got to look at what are the biggest podcasts right now, and they're all political podcasts. Then you, if you want to be the biggest podcast, have to talk politics. So I see why he kind of got into that ring. Grandma Moore says, get out of Ukraine, get out of Israel, all countries until we get our stuff together.
Yep. If you can't parent your own kid, you should not be fucking telling other parents how to parent theirs. Now, you have a kid. Well, I don't. So that would probably make more sense to you. You know what I'm saying? Imagine me try hitting you up, being like, hey, man, you really should make sure your kids get the proper diet. Bro, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, that's how I feel about it if anybody ever said that to me. However, I do see some other parents that I want to be like, you got to do something different. That ain't working. What you're doing right now is not working. Like, if you see them
because you're a parent,
their
though.
child in public in a crazy way or something.
Yeah, but that's because you're a parent.
Yeah.
I might look at that as a non-parent and be like, man, I wish that kid would shut the fuck up 5 minutes ago. Hit him harder. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. As a parent,
in a video game.
I definitely sympathize when that happens, sympathize. Le Chatelain says, Stern absolutely was a liberal. It's you that changed Mo, not him. DLC says, I feel his movie he did changed him 100%. You mean the Butt Man movie, the Ass Man movie? Why would that change
Private
him?
Parts.
I mean, he always had Robin with him, and Robin was always very liberal. All right, next topic I want to bring up.
And that's why they work so well, because Robin would fucking chime in, fucking. I almost slipped and said some wild shit, because Howard definitely said some wild shit back in the day. But the things he would say to Robin in general were fucking nuts. Yeah. Would you say?
I said Robin had disagreed with him a lot of times too, so it's not like she was agreeing with everything.
Oh hell yeah!
All right, so this was breaking this week as well. Trump decided to yank
I want to talk about
portraits of Barack Obama, Bush, and Bush Sr. from their place of honor and stick them in a hidden stairwell. Tradition says that those portraits greet the guests whenever they walk into the White House and foreign leaders and diplomats, but Trump replaced all those pictures with pictures of himself. How you like them apples?
I mean, I don't really care that he moved them, but yeah, it is kind of weird to put pictures of yourself.
He's a douche. Also breaking this week, this was actually 4 or 5 days ago, Jeff Bezos, he has this company called Wild Type, and they make salmon, but it's like lab grown salmon, so they're not like catching fish or anything. So he finally got FDA approval, which a lot of people didn't think they were going to get. And the crazy part about it is the agency skipped independent testing completely. They skipped animal trials, and they just gave them a safe stamp based solely on what their company said. So the company's saying this is safe, and the FDA, you got a lot of money, and you're one of Trump's donors, so you're good to go. So now we're all going to eat this lab-grown salmon. I'm not going to eat it, but other people are going to eat it, and who knows what the heck it has in it. You might get E. coli times 10 or something. I have no idea, but it doesn't seem like the way that Trump is running the country is very good for the consumer, people like you and me.
And we'll find out. But I don't eat salmon anyway, so that doesn't really fucking concern me. But where's my boy RFK Jr. on this?
Here he is.
Come on. Don't eat rubber-grown salmon.
I don't know. I mean, the answer to
That's
that
my boy
is
right there, man.
Exactly, you don't know. And then also you got Tim Apple, a.k.a. Tim Cook, one of the richest CEOs on the earth. He went to the White House on live TV and handed the president, he gave him a gift. It was a literal bar of gold. And that doesn't go to the treasury. That goes into Trump's pocket. And just like that, his tariff exemptions that are worth billions of dollars. So they're just doing open bribery in the White House. Are you okay with that?
No, when they tried to do this with fucking Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross tried to give him a watch.
Yeah, he said he couldn't take it.
And he couldn't accept it. That's why I wonder, like, because we know that this fucking political theater is always fucking taking place, right?
Right.
I just wonder if they're like, well, you know, it's not like he's really keeping it. They're just doing it as like a sign of good faith and whatever on TV. Like, bro, because if that was the case, then why wouldn't you just accept the fucking watch from Aiden Ross and just not say anything? Like, thanks for the watch.
Well, he's taking that plane from Qatar.
Yeah, and again, well, because he's like, well, it's gonna go what, to the Trump library, not to his personal fucking thing or whatever.
No, I don't think so. I think they insinuated that, but then the official report came out like, no, he's just gonna take it.
Yeah, well, from what they were saying, if he could keep saying, well, it's gonna go to the Trump library, where the fuck it's going?
And
I guess it
Qatar
wouldn't
probably
be
gets
personal
tariff
use.
exemptions, and they did some exemptions for Russia. I mean, it's just that's the reason why he wants to do tariffs, because then not only can countries bribe him personally for him to affect their tariffs, but then the companies, the corporations themselves, like Apple, can come and just bribe him, just hand him a bar of gold and get what they want. It's so.
No, tariffs are good because they fucking stop other countries from taking advantage of us. And again, we talk about it all the time. It ain't just Republicans crying about that.
Taking
You're fucking
advantage
Democrats. You're through fucking improper trade practices, fucking ripping off IPs. The list goes on and on. And again, that's coming from people like Schumer, fucking Pelosi, everyone back in 90s, early 2000s, fucking crying about this shit. It ain't my fault it took fucking Donald J. Trump to get it done. You know what I mean?
You're
like
talking about China doing some copyright infringement, but we are imposing these giant tariffs on our own allies and stuff. I don't know what you mean, man. That doesn't cover that.
No, it keeps it. You want to keep a fucking fair playing field? Keep a fair playing field.
I mean, we are the richest country in the world. That's why we have the type of trade that we have. And what he's doing is like kind of going
We're
back
not
to
the richest country. We're a joke. We are not the richest country in the world. I look at fucking look at Dubai and shit like that. Their fucking cities are nice. Fucking places are fucking upkeep. I mean, I don't go a lot of places in the United States, but I've been to a bunch. And I'll tell you, this place is fucking falling apart, dude. Falling apart. And we're out there, like I said, throwing out money to fucking Israel, throwing out money to fucking Ukraine. That's what I'm saying. That shit's a joke.
Giving tax cuts to the rich. It's that big wealth divide.
Oh, you know.
It's the wealth
gap.
know.
You put me in office, bro. That shit's fucking going out real quick.
But it's never going out in real life, though. That's the problem. It's just going to keep growing and growing, especially with Trump in it.
Somebody will do it.
He's making it exponential growth to the rich getting richer. They just had a big, giant tax cut, and now they're kicking millions of people off of Medicare.
You act like this just started with Trump. This has been the fucking status quo for Republicans for God knows how many years.
He's accelerating it.
He wants to run America like a business. He wants to try to get shit done. And I mean, here we are.
Le Chatelain, I like saying that name, says the plane was $500 million, and it also has a whole lot of money for upkeep as well. Pokey says Trump mania. Pokey is a MAGA fan. I don't know why.
Right, brother.
Le Chatelain says tariffs are good. What? I mean, I think people still believe that the country that's being tariffed are the ones that pay the tariffs, when in fact it is either the company that's importing the good or the consumer if the company passes that off. And that those big tariffs just went into effect like the 7th, I think, so 5 days ago. So we haven't really felt the effects of the latest tariffs.
And I can't wait to see them. Because like I said, if we got to pay a little more for some fucking Chinese fucking washer and dryer, but everything else is cheaper because it's fucking done and produced locally and whatever. And that's the incentive. And see, that, you know, that's my biggest problem with all of this. I want to get back to the 80s and early 90s where everything was fucking made in America commercials and fucking all this shit, right? You know that's what I want to get back to. And this is what it would push us towards. But the fact that he's going to be gone, unless he tries to stay in, but let's just say he's going to be gone. And then it's just going to go back and we're going to keep playing the fucking pendulum game. We're never going to get back to the fucking America, you know, made in America days. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, I feel like I'm just...
Can you explain to me, though, the economics of how that's supposed to work for everything to be made in America whenever we have to be making a living wage and we don't want the price of those goods to go up and we're competing against China, who's paying their workers $2 an hour?
Well, that's the point. You build it in America, you sell it in America, it's used by Americans, American fucking trade, American made, and that's it. It stays here. We don't need to fucking worry about what the Chinese are doing. Now, again, I'm talking 80s and 90s, and we accelerate to 2025. Yes, we're losing the AI fucking race. We're losing all sorts of fucking battles here with technology. So can we really afford to do that? Maybe not, you know? But that's my mentality when I'm talking about it. I grew up during those fucking days, so I know exactly what it was all about. I remember the commercials.
Yeah, we used to manufacture cars, but well, I mean, we still do. But you get paid a lot if you
to a
work
certain
at Ford.
extent.
We have a Ford plant around here. If you work at Ford, you're making a lot of money. but they're able to make a profit still. DNLC says 37 trillion in debt doesn't seem rich, to be honest, but isn't every big country in debt? We have the highest GDP. That's important. Les Chatelain says we are the richest. It's not even close. Why does it have to be made in America so that we are employing people to do the making? Problem is everything's gonna be made by AI pretty soon anyway, so I don't even know if that
that's gonna be the whole fucking losing battle of this whole thing, right?
Yes. So we're gonna go through all this and then AI is gonna take all the jobs.
Motherfuckers.
Booker said commercial right now is trash, nothing like early 90s or thousands. Yeah, I'm a 90s kid myself. Well,
every commercial now is like, sign up now for Pleflax. Please consult a doctor if you have drowsiness, stuffy nose, can't sleep at night, constipation. And I'm like, they go on this list for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, bro, I'm not even taking your fucking medication, and I have all those side effects.
Right.
What does that say about me and my health? Like,
that's not good.
You know what I mean? It's not good.
I got one more topic to bring up for politics. I wanted to get Mo's thought on this. This happened this week. I think it was maybe last Wednesday, so it was last week. I don't really understand what happened, but for some reason, Trump was on the roof of the White House, and I got footage of it. I want to show you guys the footage of Trump on the roof of the White House.
Listen, we all know you're a scumbag, and nobody cares about you. That's worse than what? That's worse than what?
No, it's real. He really did.
Oh shit!
People down here are starting to murmur, and you don't have the balls to do it.
That's from.
I say you can do it.
Guys.
Oh look, he's flying.
No, but seriously, Trump wandered up on the roof. He was just wandering around. The reporters were down on the ground. They're like, "What are you doing up there?" And he's like, "Just taking a walk." And then he started answering questions from the roof. It was the most crazy thing I've ever seen. And if Joe Biden would have ever done that, that is a million times more dementia. I mean, it looks more like dementia, a million times more than anything that Joe Biden has ever done. And you didn't even see it. I mean, this should be like a giant story. The dude was up on the roof.
But just looking at it right now, just looking at what I saw on your stream, what's crazy about they know schizo about that? If that Biden was up there, he'd be standing on the edge looking over, not saying a word. People be freaking out. He's gonna fall forward.
Biden never wandered up onto the roof, though. Why would any president ever wander?
He don't even know how to get there. If they tell him, they draw him a map, he still get lost. He falls asleep.
Trump doesn't know how to get there anyway. He has no idea how he got there. He just looked around. He saw reporters.
He found his way. He was on a walk.
Like, where the hell am I?
he said he was taking a walk.
Bruh, man.
That's actually pretty funny though.
It's called
early onset dementia.
Yeah,
I can't wait. Can't wait for mine.
But the double standard, though, double standard kills me. Danielle says, if that was me, no harness, no safety gear, live on TV, I'd be thrown in jail. No pass and go. And they're just acting like nobody even talks about it. Like it was no big deal. It was just up on the roof taking a walk.
It's just a dude on the roof, bro. Listen, I've hung out on many, many roofs, all right? We used to backflip off my roof.
Oh, me
into
too.
The...
When I was a kid, not when I was 80 years old. The president of the United States. God dang, what the hell, man? That's crazy.
I do that shit when I'm 80.
All right, I don't actually...
But I did have one thing before we get out of politics.
Okay.
What did I always tell you besides taxing the rich? What did I tell you I'd always run on? That would completely save... Yes. And what did Trump say this week? Not legalize it, technically. But he was talking about declassifying it down to a, what, level 2? What the fuck it is?
Did he? A Schedule 2? No, I haven't heard that.
Yeah. So, one step closer. Federally legal, tax it. I'll pay a couple more dollars. You want to give us some fucking universal basic income? You know what I mean? Give us some free healthcare, some fucking paychecks. You can tax my weed. Yeah, but they're saying like,
well, I think
it only profits
to concern because it's not legal here, so I appreciate that.
Well, yeah, but it only profits the state right now. What if it could profit the entire country? And that's what I want to aim for, right? Like,
yeah,
we saw what it did in fucking Colorado.
Because it's very popular. I mean, we're going to
be very popular
marijuana use, but I don't even think that that's a bad thing. It's better, you know.
It's not a bad thing, and that's what they've proven.
Cigarettes, it gets people off of alcohol.
Yes. I did talk about this shit all the time, bro. Scientists, doctors, fucking ER people, bro, like fucking paramedics. They all say the same shit. They're like, yo, listen. They're like, the amount of fucking car wrecks and fucking accidents they have to deal with because of alcohol is insane.
Yeah, everything
like,
would drop.
weed?
All crime would drop.
Yeah, they're like, weed? Nothing, bro. Like, the only thing that gets assaulted when you smoke weed is the fridge, right?
Definitely the fridge, yes. Shout out to Michael James. Appreciate you, bro, watching from London. Always a great show. We try to do it a little bit earlier for the people overseas, but I guess since you're still watching, you must be staying up late. Stan says OG for El Presidente. Stan brought up another question or another topic before the stream that I wanted to talk about, and that is, I just heard about it. Apparently it's been around for a while, but they're opening a new alligator Alcatraz, and it's in Indy freaking Anna. I don't know who they're trying to, I mean, I ain't seen a whole lot of illegal immigrants around here, but for some reason, they are building a new detention center or concentration camp over here in Indiana. And honestly, and I know this sounds paranoid, but part of me thinks that it has something to do with me so they can get me up in there. So if you see me with the red MAGA hat on next week, do not be surprised.
Oh, shit.
Come on, Kitty.
Coming over to our side, chat. Finally.
Oh,
Let's
my
go.
God.
He says, speak from experience, legalization ruined so many people's lives. The criminalization, the government control of it ruined generations of growers. I mean, honestly, I'm not really too worried about the growers. You know, I'm not trying to be harsh, but at the end of the day, if you can change our entire country, because if you look at the amount of money that Colorado generates, New York generates, California generates, and then do that on a scale of the United States, bro. And they say it now like, oh, like fucking, what was it? 7 out of 10 people fucking have smoked weed or whatever at some point.
Oh, really?
And then for the people where it's legal, it's like 9 out of 10. So, you know, let's just be real. Like, if we can fucking save this country and fucking pave every road and pump money back into education and fucking fix everything that we need to fucking fix here, then sure. Send some money to fucking, you know, Ukraine and fucking help them out, or send some money to fucking some third world.
Absolutely. Shout out to the biggest bros in the chat. What's up, biggest bro? Pokey is from London as well. Y'all both got those British accents. I love British accents. You can sound smart.
But I always said we're gonna see Marlboro Greens one day.
I know.
And it's gonna be fucking rolled up joints.
One day we're gonna have Marlboro Greens. Daniel C says, Mo, I will speak from experience. Legalization ruined so many people's lives. Decriminalization, but government control of it ruined generations of growers.
Yeah, that's what I was just answering. Yeah, it's, you know.
I knew the corporations would take over. In Ohio, I think there's only 2 companies that are allowed to sell, even though it's legal, and it's like 2 giant companies, of course. He says corporations have taken over the pot industry here and have seriously crippled many small towns or small and local towns. So there's definitely a downside to it too, and that's kind of what
government comes in and saves you, bro.
We want the government to have a lot of control over it so that we can get that tax revenue.
That's right. First, the government fucking dismantles us and they make us weak, and then they save us, and then we're in fucking debt forever to them, and then we basically do whatever the hell they want, and we fucking bow down. That's Project Bluebeam right there.
Is that Project Bluebeam?
That's Project Bluebeam.
We're gonna go move to our next topic, which is Web3 gaming, and I'm gonna let Mo talk to you about this week's Web3 game while I fix my green screen that my cat knocked down.
Alrighty, this week, what the hell are we talking about? Oh, FIFA Rivals. So, a while back, we talked about a NFL mobile game called NFL Rivals. It kind of did okay, but it was very convoluted and just didn't really make sense. They revamped NFL Rivals, and it kind of rebounded a little bit, so they decided to do FIFA Rivals. Now, if you might guess, it's just FIFA, but it's a like arcade style mobile soccer game, but it has blockchain, and if these numbers are real of what they're talking, millions of people have downloaded and played the game, and thousands have taken part in the blockchain side of it. So I know PFL does pretty well, and I know we don't have thousands of people. So I'm curious. I don't know if I don't know. I don't know if it's going to do well long term. It looks like August 14th, so 2 days from now, there's a new season dropping.
Now, this has been around for a while, hasn't it? Because I heard people talking about this a while back.
Yeah, and like I said, we covered NFL Rivals, but then it just kind of, because it's done from the same guys, like Mythical or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we might have mentioned this at some point, but I don't know. It seems to be doing pretty well in the on the blockchain side of things. So I don't know though, man. Honestly, off the grid, absolutely sure. I don't think I give a shit about any other game.
What's up, Skateboard P? I don't know why comments get ignored. They get ignored randomly. We have not figured out. But every time we have a stream, somebody comes in here and mentions that their comments are not going through. That's kind of why I have the chat up there above Mo's head, so that you can see if your comment came through or not. And if it doesn't pop up in that chat above Mo's head, then put it in there again. Maybe change up some words somehow. Maybe I need to go through and take off all the banned words, because I do have some banned words, some weird banned words from where I had a troll when I first started streaming. Denny says over 100.
Censoring the people. I always knew it.
Over 100 pot shops with population of less than 100,000 people. People need to smoke. I mean, if they weren't making money, they wouldn't be in business. So obviously the demand is there for that weed. Star Atlas and Wilder World worth keeping an eye on. We definitely talked about Wilder World on here a couple times. Isn't Star Atlas on console?
It's probably part of the plans, I'd imagine. I don't know. Star Atlas, I hate games where it's like, oh, here, take this little piece. Take that little piece. Like, I want the fucking full game together, dude. Because I feel like they have different teams working on different parts of the game. And at the end of the day, they'd be like, well, sorry, guys. We just couldn't get all the teams to sync up their work. And there's going to be some fucking excuse. Like, I don't know.
They always have an excuse.
Like, they had, like, the space part. They got the fighting part. And honestly, the Star Atlas shooting part of it did not look good to me.
Oh, right.
But the space, the flying and the ships, that seems where I would probably spend most of my time.
And it's a really big game, if I remember. Star Atlas is like huge, so it has a lot of playability.
Oh yeah, it was huge. It was out there with Illuvium. It was supposed to be up there, and then, fucking everything crashed, and then they kind of went quiet, but they were still building. Yeah, honestly, Star Atlas and Wilder World was kind of building continuously. Star Atlas was one of those games where people thought it was going to come. Their token launch. They had two different tokens, if I'm not mistaken. But, people just aren't buying that shit. But I don't know. Personally, I think people are going to come in, they're going to play it. If people are making money, it's because they got in early, but you can go do that in a lot of other places too. But when it comes to buying shit, it's going to go pay to win, and people just not going to play it. That's going to be unfortunate.
Yeah, that's why you got to get into stuff early. That's how you make your money. Look for the next big game as it's coming up and get in early, get your NFTs, and then whenever it blows up, sell, sell, sell. Daniel C says, it's not Web3, but has anyone tried the Battlefield beta? I saw a video about it, but I didn't know there was a beta out yet. Is it a free beta? Is it on Xbox? I would definitely play that game. The game looks really fun. It's probably going to be like $80, though, because Nintendo raised the price of all their games, and now I know that Xbox and PlayStation are going to follow suit, and everything's going to be $80 each. And at this point, it's like I'd rather play a free game and maybe spend $20 or $30 on content that you can buy instead of paying $80 for the whole entire game. I'm not sure what Skybet is. Skybet? Oh, is that? I don't know what that is. Beta was on all platforms. Okay.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I just feel like all these fucking games is just the same old calling and scam every single time.
Yeah, well,
but I will play off the grid. I do log in. I try to do some shooting.
That's a good one to play to stack up NFTs in case it blows up in the future, like Big A has. You can make some money off of it.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So I watched my boy Asmongold, and they were talking about the good old days, bro, of like real money market Diablo, fucking right.
Right.
And of course, predict what chat's gonna say, and I was like, man, someone's just gonna say NFTs. Someone's gonna say make it an NFT game, and then it's gonna be some rant and whatever, right?
Right.
As soon as the fucking word comes up, and people are like, "Oh, well, some crypto fucking bro will make it," you know what I'm saying? It instantly becomes like the worst thing ever, and I just think that's crazy. And we have to fucking figure out like how to circumvent that. You know what I mean? Because that's fucked up, bro. Because one minute everyone's like, oh, that was the best days, bro, making real money, blah, blah, blah. And all someone's like, oh, yeah, we could do it on crypto. And everyone's like, no, that's fucking the worst idea ever. It's like, well, what is it?
Yeah, that makes sense because a lot of people made a lot of money on crypto. So, like, why is that bad? Biggest Bro says Battlefield Beta was great. Felt like Bad Company again. That's a old game. Yeah, I might download that tonight.
Well, Diablo removed the real money market, though. And I think pretty quickly, if I remember correctly. But, like, that was a thing. And people were like, oh, it's just pay to win. And they cried about it. And this was back in, like, 2013. something like that. But people cried about it, and they basically removed it.
The Karens win again. Pokey says Battlefield is free or pay. I mean, the game's gonna cost money, but the demo should be free. I'm assuming. Yeah, it's probably free. Smartbot says, Bolt, if you don't do BB videos, you could do other Web3 related content like new launches, other crypto NFTs, etc. Maybe Web3 money making. Big A knows a lot. Maybe you can invite him. Now, Big A is an informant, dude. He would probably go over there and be an informant on my channel. I'm just kidding. No, I'm actually working on 3 videos right now. I've got 2 of them that are almost all edited out, and one of them that I got to record voice for. And all these videos are not Web3 related at all. They're all going to be eBay reselling videos. I don't know if anybody's going to watch them, but they're not done because it's going to be a 10-day process. Every video is called a 10-day eBay challenge where I show you what I got that day. And then the video will fast forward 10 days later and go see what has sold and what hasn't sold. And then I'll show you my listings. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But that's my plan for my channel now. Big A says, off the grid NFTs, been on OpenSea for a month. They started pretty cheap and you could have made a lot of money. Flipping the NFTs on OpenSea, still fine. Are they on ETH? Because then you're going to lose all your money on gas fees anyway. And I doubt that they're on Polygon. Are they ETH NFTs? I'm not flipping ETH NFTs. I hate gas money.
I know Guns is multi-chain. I don't know what they list for on OpenSea, but
I'm sure Big A knows.
You know, it's just what you just said, Bolt. You know, yeah, Big A's right. Like, oh, off the grid NFTs, you know, people were flipping them and selling them. All right, cool. If you wanted to watch the market, you could have bought and, you know, resold and tried to make some profit. But when it comes to our items that we had early, most people don't even have access to fucking the open marketplace yet anyway. They just announced, I think, this week, or they just maybe even today. I don't know what the fuck. The original people that were in OTG Pro, and I think I'm on that list if I'm not mistaken. There's like a whole new wave of people that are coming into the OpenSea. People that can sell. But I'm saying like Big A just said, oh, they've already been out there for a month. So what the fuck am I really gonna make now on my shit? Unless you have like the top pioneer, you know.
If everything was free, it's all profit.
Yeah, but like fucking getting on there and listing shit and be like, all right, yeah, let me nickel and dime and get my fucking $2 here, $2. I don't know. Maybe I guess it's worth it either way, but
maybe they'll be worth more in the future. Skateboard P says, Vault, do you know if there is any truth to the story that is Call owns the Federal Reserve? Is that what he said? Call? Let me see. Rel? Something owns the Federal Reserve, a company that is outside the jurisdiction of the U.S., meaning nobody in the U.S. has any control over it. So you're saying the whole company owns the Federal Reserve? No. The Federal Reserve is owned by
BlackRock?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. They probably own it under the table, but I don't know. I would have to see some documentation.
Allegedly.
Oh, yeah, the beta.
I wouldn't say that on a live stream. Just, you know, allegedly.
Yep. DNOC with the update on that. Says it was only on the weekend. Think they're doing it. Oh, no, it's already over? I missed it. It was only for the weekend. That sucks. I heard people talking about it. Usually they put out a beta. It's there forever. I spelled some words wrong. No problem. That's weird how that... Sorry about that, Skateboard P. Okay, so they're on Avalanche, actually. AVAX is Avalanche, and you combine with the Guns token, which is kind of crazy. The next big wave of people going to get access or probably a chance to find cheap stuff that day. Yeah, people will be flooring stuff for sure. Pick up some of those Trump skins. Israel. Oh, that Israel owns the Federal Reserve. I mean,
that makes more sense.
We were talking about that last week. I don't understand how Israel has so much money that they can own all of our congressmen and afford to do whatever else. I mean, it makes no sense to me. What's up, Florida State Makeover? Good to see you, my man. Happy Tuesday. We're just getting done with Web3 gaming. We're about to talk OMI. I got like 10 different graphics for OMI. We're going to get deep into it. Y'all need to help me out with this. Pokey says, I hate...
Now, before we move off the gaming, though, real quick.
Okay.
I just sent you that video. And it's not really gaming related, but AI. Where they had the AI teachers. Do you remember when I sent you that one?
Yes. Let me pull it up right now.
The data on that was just kind of funny because compared to like other schools, whatever, across the country, they said like these things were scoring in like the top 1 or 2 percentile.
Of course.
So,
a school in Texas is turning heads
by AI that was like individually training their teaching methods to the student. Listen, if that shit's working, bro, that's fucking brilliant. if it's showing fucking results and they're scoring in the top 1-2 percentile, that's insane. Now, if someone's lying and making up that data,
sometimes AI is wrong. Sometimes AI makes up stuff. Can we trust them?
Absolutely does. It absolutely does. But I mean, there has to be some sort of like. So what if you had one teacher? Like my girl's a teacher, right?
Right.
So she has like all her credentials and whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if you had a teacher that was able to kind of like guardrail and safeguard like a teaching AI?
Oh, that'd
right?
be nice. Yeah, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? No, so like, because for a teaching AI, it doesn't really need to be like know everything, because you don't want the kid to be like, hey, how do I build a pipe bomb?
Why can't the AI just teach the teacher how to teach?
Well, because that's not really efficient at that point, is it? Like, if the point is to get AI to take over the world, I know, but human beings are imperfect, right? Like that's why we're human beings.
But so is AI. I don't think AI is perfect.
No, but it's closer in perfection than a human being.
Is it though?
Especially when we start getting the quantum AI. Yes, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, maybe in the future it will be, sure. But I don't necessarily think that it is right now. I know when I try to use AI, of course I'm using the free versions of everything. It never does anything I want it to do.
So I think the free version does try to fucking subvert you and get you all fucked up just so you get the premium. I think that 100% is going on.
Shout out to Woody's in the chat. What's up, Woody?
And I think Grok's fucking retarded, honestly.
Yeah, Grok got suspended the other day. I never did hear a story about why or what happened there.
Oh, I saw that.
So weird.
I saw that. Yeah, I didn't. I saw anything fucking followed up either. That's funny though. Grok's out there lying to people. But anyway, I just wanted to bring up the AI. I thought that was interesting because, I mean, top 1-2 percentile. That's nice.
Let's talk about crypto. Kind of been a little bit of a bull run going on lately. A lot of people are talking about this is the start of the bull run. I saw just a few hours ago there was posted that the crypto bull run is hitting the brakes right now because the U.S. CPI is about to be, the data is about to be released, and I think it has something to do with them thinking that they could get some Fed rate cuts. And then there's another website just yesterday, I guess 12 hours ago, yesterday, was saying that the crypto's biggest bull run is incoming or possibly incoming. There's an analyst who was looking at all the catalysts going on, talking about the ETF inflows and stablecoin growth. It all seems like bullish information that this could be the start of a bull run. So you got one person saying this could be the start of a bull run. You got another company saying that the bull run is over, well, putting the brakes on the bull run. Do you feel like this is the beginning of a bull run, Mo?
I mean, I think both things can be true because
definitely,
if we know, especially if we know that there might be some announcement on the rate cuts, right? Like looking at the chart right now, this is why I'm saying both things can be true. It's gonna be hard for a coin like Solana to go flying back past 200 with that uncertainty. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, the uncertainty is definitely a problem.
Yeah, it's not like if Solana was at 160 right now, like where it bounced down to 157 not too long ago.
Yeah.
If it was down there and they were like, oh, I think it might take a pause right now, I'd be like, no, this guy is smoking crack. But the fact that it already kind of had its pump back up to almost the high of the 205 that we had not too long ago.
Right.
The fact that it kind of is about to approach that, that's why we always see that natural fucking pullback, right? 30%-ish, maybe more. And then, you know, maybe the cuts of the announcements, whatever the case might be. And then we could fucking see Solana. I usually talk Solana mainly, but we can see that, you know, fly past 250, which
well, Ethereum's been doing a lot
I don't know
lately
it's
too.
not anymore.
Now, a lot of the altcoins have been moving a little bit. I wonder if they announce a rate cut, is that going to be like a huge catalyst and everything's just going to go crazy?
I mean, it depends on how much people really buy it. Because the way I see it, if they cut rates, you're gonna have a lot of people that are coming out being like, "See, Trump's," and I'm gonna be one of those people. "See, Trump's fucking plan is working." Then you're gonna have other people on the other side, or even in the middle, and it might even be me, where they're like, "Oh, this might just be some sort of tactical fucking ploy." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's possible. I mean, listen, we've seen it. It's not too hard to manipulate these markets.
No.
If you're one person, it's hard. It's impossible. But when you have family members or friends and fucking, you know, business fucking people that you know that are in these fucking industries now of crypto.
Yep.
They can move the needle if they want to. And I think
deep pockets, big wallets.
Yeah, I think we've seen it. You know what I mean?
Says, I wired the fresh money to buy small and mid market cap plays. It cleared early this morning. I spent it all 7 minutes before the CPI data dropped, killing it today in my portfolio. So apparently it was bullish information. Big A's always killing it. I wish I was Big A. You need to adopt me, Big A. They're going to have to cut rates because job loss is getting so bad. And also I think they Federal Reserve expected inflation to be worse than what it was. I guess that's the CPI data. Big A says that.
Yeah, I saw something on the jobs too. Because I saw some job report info that looked good. And I saw some fucking discrepancies on that. I was gonna look into it more. Now I saw something about the person that reports the data now is fucking either having issues or I don't know. I gotta look more into it. That was from today.
Yeah, if you report data that Trump doesn't like, he's gonna fire you. That's something for some reason we didn't even talk about. That's a huge story about how he's just firing the people that reports the job data that he doesn't like. I mean, I'd be scared to report bad data at this point.
That's number one red flag. Anytime if I meet somebody, because again, we used to work in some industries like the music and stuff like that. When you get these people that are just recording music, for instance, and everyone's just sitting around just fucking sucking them off, telling them it's the fucking greatest beat they ever heard. Oh, bro, fuck, you know what I'm saying? No, these people are fucking obviously buying that. You know what I'm saying? And it's fake. So yeah, I'd be worried if that shit. I'd be worried if that shit continued to happen.
Yeah.
But here's when they'll lose me. You want to know when I'll answer your question the other way every show?
Yep.
If RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard fucking shipped.
I keep hearing RFK
because if Tulsi Gabbard. What happened?
I keep hearing that RFK Jr.'s on the chopping block. Like they're gonna get rid of him.
That's the case. As I'm saying, but if Tulsi Gabbard, because to me, the fact that she was on the left, didn't like what she was seeing there, kind of like what was happening on the right, but thought she could make a change for the better. If she says no, that might be when you see me just fucking take the walk with her. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because she's still coming out being like, well, I don't really trust this and I want to dive more into it. But like you just said, what do you do to people if you're a person that only keeps yes men around you and she no longer becomes a yes man or a yes woman? Well, then you might become
I think Trump is trying not to fire people this time because he fired so many people last time, but I don't know.
But you can force them to quit.
Yeah, that's true.
You can make their lives and their jobs a living hell to the point where they're like, I don't want to work for this motherfucker anymore.
He's like, catch up with the chat.
You with me? I'm gonna send you to India. You're gonna be walking down the Gaza Strip, Tulsi.
Florida State Makeover says bull runs are based on speculation and gambling. The new wave of bull runs are going to be based on utility. Well, that's what we always say. Not to say we won't have regular bull runs. I'm just saying there will be more catalysts involved. Hopefully, that'd be bullish for crypto overall. Smartbuy says, what do you think the big news, Speedy news is that is delayed where you said he is expecting a new wave of users? I didn't hear the part where he's expecting a new wave of users, but I know they said they were having this big announcement. It was supposed to be in 2 weeks, and then it was supposed to be by the end of July. And now they're coming out and saying, we're going to actually make the big announcement before the end of the year. And apparently now, David Yu is saying that the big announcement is going to bring in a new wave of users. So I don't know, Mo. What do you think? What do you think it is?
Well, I want to know what year it is.
It's 2021, don't you know?
The year's 2030. It'd be like fucking David Hughes up there with gray hair and she's like, I told you.
Pokemon's coming.
I told you we're going to the moon.
I still think there's going to be a lot of big sideways action. Something's got to happen. Trump should distribute free money like last bull run. I mean, that did help. What he says, that's normal mode. They always make adjustments months later. Yeah, talking about the jobs reports. It was very, very normal. And everybody said that. Big A says most of these stories rate
they're trying to blow it out of proportion, like, oh, look how many jobs he's had. And listen, I understand when I'm looking at the source of where it's coming from, but I'm trying to find the first thing I do. I don't look for another right fucking winged article. I look for the left side of it, and I want to know their slant and say, all right, well, throw me, because I know Revolt's going to throw at me on fucking Tuesday, and I want to usually try to see that ahead of time. But
Smart.
No, but honestly, there's a lot of things that I'd rather just hear about it for the first time today, because then we can have a real conversation about it. I don't want to ever come on here and just script something with you. I mean, I'll script like a Dean Cain fucking phone call as a joke. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But I don't want to script and sit here and be like, oh, okay, well, we're going to, because you sent me the topics, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm not going to sit here and be like, okay, let me research that. Let me type this down. Honestly, I really don't. I don't care. You know, I like to know at least a little bit about what we're doing, but, you know, I just feel it's a more natural conversation, you know, and whatever.
100%. Big A says,
and Big A actually just said one of the realest fucking statements of his life, talking about the stories and the rate cuts.
I haven't read it yet. Most of these stories, rate cuts, inflation, tariffs, etc., are all just short-term noise. When you zoom out, the new legislation and institutional money coming in is just steamrolling the market higher.
Yep.
Yeah, probably.
Everything we've talked about. Like, everything we've been sitting around waiting to happen. Like, oh, well, I'd love to see this company get involved, or I'd love to see that, you know, whatever, take a shot at NFTs or crypto. But it's like, well, gotta do it offshore because we can't do it in the U.S. because God, fuck, you know what I'm saying? It's like then it becomes shady, and then people don't want to do it.
Not anymore. Regulations.
Those days are gone. Exactly.
Deregulation. Florida State Makeover rode a blind box 10 gems last night and landed a number 20 Shadow Trooper Special Edition. You get a DNC clap for that one. Let's go. Congratulations. A special edition, too? What made you just out of nowhere? How often do you do that and you get a comment, though? As long as there was a one-time thing and you scored, then that's good stuff. Big A says, expect. It's been here today, was $1 billion into ETF inflows. Problem is, I keep seeing tweets about the inflows that are coming in. Then I'll see another tweet about the outflows, and they contradict each other. And I'm like, I don't know which of these two people is this person I should actually believe. Curtsy. What's a curtsy?
Well, so a lot of the past few bull runs that we've had, or where people are like, oh, we're on the cusp of a bull run, usually when Bitcoin makes the all-time high run every time.
Yeah.
Is that what happens, right?
Yeah.
We make the run, we get crazy shit going, everyone's feeling all great, and then tariff issues or fucking wars break out, conflicts break out, right?
Yep.
It's just always that one little thing. That's why we talk about it all the time. The world's being manipulated, I'm pretty sure of it. But like, what do? We're just waiting for that little bit of prosperity, that little bit of perfect storm where like no world bullshit's going on. There's no fucking red tape anymore. We got legislation and we get utility. Somebody said utility. And we just fucking run, dude. We run to the fucking moon. But I don't own anything. Full transparency. I am pretty much out of crypto. I have like 100 and some thousand crown. That's it. So unless crown goes back to $2, I'll be a half a millionaire, some shit like that. But
yeah, I'm the same way. I kind of hope for a dip so I can buy some. I really don't have a lot. Poke says, who's got Bitcoin? I don't have any Bitcoin. I just got ordinals, Bitcoin ordinals. Hopefully, if Bitcoin pumps, I guess those will pump too. So they'll be worth something in the future one day. Woody says, market does not equal economy health. No, but it is one of the indicators, but it definitely does not equal economy health. I bought 8 blind boxes.
It's not all.
Oh, you did all right.
It's not end all be all. But if they're saying that fucking world markets are going to shit and people are pulling all the money out of fucking stocks and everything, you know, that's what was happening. It was going back and forth from like the stock market back to the fucking crypto, right? And if they go, oh, fucking crypto's bad and the real market's back, so we'll take all the money out of crypto, and that's why that tanked and went back to the real markets. Like it's stealing from Peter and Paul to pay Mary, right? So I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, you're right. Big A says, if you're not sure, just go pull the data yourself, which is true. And it has a lot to do with the next topic I want to talk about, which is the OMI token. You got this guy, Richard. I mean, this guy's kind of not person to trust, but he makes a good point here talking about the technical analysis of OMI. He's a pumper and dumper. Like, we've caught him many times, and he makes some crazy predictions. However, the chart he's showing here was actually pretty interesting, and his prediction is that OMI's going to be starting pumping soon. Of course, he seems to predict that a lot. We got people like my homie Rookie Investor, who almost put in $100,000 back in 2021 for OMI tokens. He almost bought $100,000 worth, and he showed that if he would have bought $100,000 worth at that time, it'd now be worth $6,700. So shout out to him for not buying it. However, a lot of people did buy a lot of that money. I mean,
yeah, I spent like $500 on fucking OMI back then with horse money, dude. That shit's worth like $75 right now.
All right, so this is the controversy that I want to get into, though. So it's been a controversy for a while. I've been talking about it for a couple of weeks now. A lot of it comes from Crypto Bro, which I don't know a whole lot about Crypto Bro, or, you know, not sure where he's getting his information, but he's claiming that that the founders, David Yu and Dan C, and other members of the eComi team are selling their OMI tokens, selling them straight out of the Dev wallet. And of course, you got a lot of back and forth about it. And then this happened the other day on the 7th, I think it says. They had this big spaces, and Foster Hilt, the eComi community manager, was in there, and he showed them all this video. And apparently this video that he showed them proved that they weren't selling their OMI, which is cool. Okay, thanks for showing that. Exactly what the video shows is that the amount which was transferred from the business development wallet is still sitting in the eComi wallet, while that big sell order from the other day was active. So saying that that 500 million sell people were talking about was from someone else. But on the other hand, Crypto Bro says that David's been caught submitting fake documents to a court, so why would you believe him on this video? He knows that they sold because the math proves it. Shows the he talks about the MEXC order book and the 102% of the supply listed for sale. So on that video that they released during that spaces, you know, people are asking, like, can we see the video? It proves that they're not selling. Show us the video. And they asked, where's the video? Foster has it. What's up with this video that apparently shows? For some reason, this video that proves that they're not selling it, you're not allowed to see it. Nobody's allowed to look at that video.
And there's probably 3 minutes missing from it, right?
There's 3 minutes missing from it.
Fucking
yeah, and
joke,
it's at a
bro.
weird angle, so yeah, it's hard.
And it's so funny that you brought this up, because again, chat, this is not even scripted. I had no idea we were talking about this, because I don't really care about OMI and these people. But when you were talking about the OMI and how it goes up and if it's going to run, all I kept on saying in my mind right now was, it's never going to go up until these fucking idiots stop selling on people on the back end. And if they want to say it's fake news, that's fine. What about all the other detective work and all the other blockchain people that were fucking finding the fucking addresses in the wallets? I mean, are we saying that's all fake now? Again, I don't know. That stuff could be fake. People can fucking debunk that and say, well, they manipulated the data and that's not really fucking his wallet, right?
See, that was my point whenever Big A was talking about do your own research. Like, I feel like you have to have a PhD to do this research. I don't know how to find out who's telling the truth.
No, but I feel like we lived through it to a certain extent. You know, in the same way I say, oh, I lived through the Made in America commercials, right?
Right.
We lived through the fucking BB and the OMI fucking debacles. We've seen the tweets and we were there and we fucking responded to them and retweeted, right? That's my point. It's like,
true.
Do we know for sure if that was pure evidence? No, I don't think we do. It would be stupid to say that. But I'm just saying, the fact that other people weren't coming out and being able to disprove what they were saying would lead me to believe that, okay, well, if there's big orders being made and every time it runs, and fucking David and fucking, what's his face? I always forget his name. You know, they're getting up there and they're fucking like doing spaces and Dan. And they're like, oh, you know, we're going to the moon. People come in, put a couple, you know, $1,000 in and they sell their shit. It just, the timing on that makes way more sense. I don't know. That's just the way I see it.
I mean, look at that, all that stuff with Reese. I think they pretty much proved that he was selling, and not only was he selling OMI, he was selling like after having a big AMA where he's talking about go buy OMI, it's so great, and then he went and sold it like that night or the next day. The fact that it happened in the past from eComi team members makes me kind of lean towards more of what Crypto Bro's saying, but I can't prove it exactly. However, if it's true, then that's a huge, huge red flag. I mean, not just a red flag, that's an indicator that maybe they're going out of business. If they're selling so much that they can't pay the bills, like they're operating at a loss, they're going to shut it down pretty soon, because at some point they're going to look at it as them losing their own money, because you know they're taking a big salary from all this. So if they're not getting their salary, they're going to shut it down.
Yeah, but it's not even about the salary, right? So it's about the coins, right? It's usually the stuff that's vested away, and like I'll use PFL as an example. So with PFL, I know Fib and Ian and Bryce and the team, they have a shit ton of fucking crown that they were allocated, right? Back there in the fucking initial launch, you know, 2-3 years ago. But they couldn't sell it on us on the way up. Well, guess what? When that 2-3 years is up now and they actually can sell it, well, yeah, you might see them sell it. But the way that they do it, and they're usually pretty respectful about it, you know, they made it well known that, hey, they had this crown. But it's not like they're selling because it's like game money. That's just money that they were sitting on. So if crown back then was, let's say, 3 cents is what I'm remember it being like the low back then. So it's from 3 cents to even now at whatever, 14 cents. It's not like, oh, they're trying to rip off the community, right? They're just trying to get something Now, but the way that they do it, again, they're very transparent. Like, hey, we had some of this. Sometimes we make sales or whatever. But with Dan and Dave, it's like these guys get on, they pump it up, like, oh, big things are coming, and then a massive sale. Who the hell bought that massive buy to make the massive sale?
Good question. Nobody knows.
With all the people that we have in this damn world that we had in this community, right?
Right.
Watching wallets, watching transactions. I think people would have been
all
like,
the whales know each other too.
Yeah. Even like the Whale Alert Twitter account, right? I don't know if you follow that, but I love that account, dude. I wasn't on it, during the OMI days, but I'm sure people had a very similar, way to track people. Yeah, so I just thought it was very weird that they'd be like, oh, all these big things are happening. Nothing big ever happened, but the token pumped a little bit. And then all of a sudden, the same wallets are fucking selling. So you could say there's no proof and there's proof showing otherwise, but I would really need to see that. And I would still say that they're showing us a company wallet that has nothing to do with like the old transactions of the what people were saying allegedly was the dance sales, right?
Right. Yeah, I don't know because I haven't seen the video myself and they won't let us see the video. That's the problem. Smartbot says, yeah. I'm an NFT guy. Remind me, when is the right time to sell? When the NFTs moon? Yes, when the NFTs moon. We should have learned that. We've already been through the OMI bull run and we held right through that bull run when the Todd was $13,000 and I just held on to it like a dummy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. PK says, Richard had technical analysis of OMI, imminent breakout 5 times already this year and is always wrong. Yeah, I said that. Don't trust him. He's a pumper and dumper. If you look through all his old tweets about OMI, you'll see that he's not an honest person. But that chart he was showing and his prediction was bullish, so that was kind of how I started the segment. Didn't want to be all bearish. You had the raw video. We can't see any of the video. Big A bringing the receipts as always. I would never trust Takeover with my investment money. Already did once. From my perspective, David and Dan have never given me one reason to implicitly trust them. What they like to do is they like to meet you in person and then sweet talk you, and then everybody who meets them in person like trusts them. Like I don't know if they're doing it on purpose. They're manipulators or whatever, but that's what seems to work. Once they get these people face to face, they never go away. Big A says, oh, wow, just looked and OMI is down today. How is a base token down today when ETH is 4,600? I'm up 46% on Billy the Base meme just today. Billy the Base meme? I haven't heard of that. Do you have any green dildo, though, Big A? That's the question. Because if you don't have any green dildo in your wallet, then what are you even doing? Rob T says, how is BB retweeting Randy posts about his scam meme coin that he owns? All of a sudden, his Grumpy Cat and other old coins disappeared and new scam. I was going to say, was it Grumpy Cat? So he's got a new meme coin that he's promoting?
Wait, VV's out there retweeting?
Was it from the BB
Randy the
official?
Clowns? Oh my God.
That's crazy.
There's no way, bro.
I'll have to look that up. They have me blocked, but I can still see their tweets. They have me blocked thanks to me. I want it to be blocked. I tried to get banned from their Discord. It's impossible to get banned from their Discord. I tried. I called Randy Chavez homeless. I did all kinds of things. All right, I got this pulled up here.
It's crazy to me, man. Like, what kind of business practice would that be? I'm going to wait to see if it even happened before I rant on it, but my Lord. It seems like that's something that they would do, if I'm being honest.
Hey, everyone. At 8 p.m. tonight, I'll be going live to talk about the rising crypto prices, what it means for VV, news on OMI, DEFX, DMC, the CAT token, and they retweeted it.
So I see what he did. He did what I try to do with PFL when I do the casino stuff. He's trying to cross it over and be like, well, I said I was going with VV. That's why they retweeted my shit. But then he throws all the scam stuff at the end. I got it.
I don't think a legitimate company would have retweeted that. That chart Richard
That's
posted.
Crazy.
Okay, sorry. Told you, Vault. Well, you was. Oh no, I believed you. Well, I'm gonna say I was a little skeptical, but no, that's kind of crazy. I know it's probably My Collectibles that runs this Twitter page now. But all right, that's your OMI update. Like I said, it's a lot of back and forth about who's doing what and who's selling what. And since I'm not a blockchain expert or a blockchain investigator, we need CoffeeZilla on the case. I mean, this would be a good topic for CoffeeZilla to make a big video about BB. He should do it.
No, this would be an opportunity for someone. Shit, I wish I just had the fucking, I wish I cared, is the honest way to say it. I really wish I cared more because I had the time and I could fucking do some CoffeeZilla type shit and deep dive the fuck out of it and try to use my old stock marketing fucking tactics. You know what I'm saying?
I tried to do that with my Is BB a Scam video. That was the best I could do.
Yeah, I was saying, but anything different, but just try to create something that's like fucking, just like not groundbreaking, but like I'm just gonna fucking just eye opening,
Yeah, it needs some blockchain investigation so that we can prove things that people are claiming. That would be a good video, just being able to show step by step to prove it. And I've even talked to Crypto Bro about it. I'm like, if you can prove that to me and explain it to me, then I can make a video about it. But he never really could completely explain to me what was going on. Oh, and that shouldn't be too hard to do. I mean, I've got a degree in computer science. I could probably figure it out. He wouldn't even attempt to. Big A says, Grumpy Cat, this is crazy. Grumpy Cat got sued, so they relaunched it as the Cat. When it died a few months later, Randy was able to convince the remaining Wells to let him be the frontman for it. So he took over Grumpy Cat. They renamed it the Cat. Now he's the frontman for this scam coin, and he's got BB retweeting it. Welcome to Web3. Rob T says 2025 Topps Mint Marvel Factory Sealed Hobby Box. Pre-order up now on Fanatics and EQL tomorrow if anyone cares. But they raised retail to $300 when they were $100 at SDCC. Sounds like they're too expensive now, but what's the chaser in there? Are the people trying to get autographs from like the actors or something? Or from like Stan Lee?
Give me a Magneto.
Stan Lee autograph in there, that'd be a good chaser.
Ooh. Maybe like a chaser would be like you pull a special one-of-one card where you get a chance to be buried with Stan Lee. That would be dope.
That would be dope. Florida State Makeover, I hope you're kidding. He says he lost entire life savings on Grumpy Cat. Why would you put your life savings into Grumpy Cat? Diddy says, see coffee go at Whistling Diesel? See coffee go at Whistling Diesel? I must not have seen that video yet. It must be a new one. I saw he put out a video the other day I watched. I can't remember what it's about. Rob T says, don't forget there was a lot of shady stuff we can't see from GoChain. Yeah, and I talked about that during that video too, about how the founder of GoChain even says that BB was shady himself. Rob T says,
yeah.
Big A with the Grumpy
And that's
Cat.
why they sit around. They probably go, oh, it's so easy. Oh, this everyone says blockchain transparency. They probably sat around fucking laughing, thinking it was a joke. But if they move over to the fucking big leagues, we gonna find out, bitch.
Do you know what this Whistling Diesel is? I don't know anything about Whistling Diesel.
I do not. I can now whistle again for the first time in months.
I might be able to whistle a little bit. Rob T says they're reselling on eBay for $600 plus. Dang, for those boxes, those Marvel boxes. I don't understand why. All I ever do is buy more XRP. Ugh. I mean, it pumped the other day, but for it to pump a lot, the market value, the market cap would have to be just over Bitcoin, which is impossible. So, I don't know. Good luck with it. And then one more coin I want to mention. This is the chart for Toshi. Anybody got some Toshi? They're on Coinbase now. It's a base meme coin. I saw Cabell Anderson is back on YouTube promoting Toshi. I was watching his live stream where they were there at the Toshi AMA. And they were talking about some plans they got. They showed these NFTs that they have already dropped. And Toshi's making moves, y'all. You can see the chart right here. The chart looks very, very good. I don't know how many people in the chat like to buy the base meme coins. That's probably my favorite place to buy.
That was pretty solid.
Coins. Yeah. Toshi's always
I got a bunch of base coins. And that's, when I say I'm sold out of everything, I'm pretty much talking about the main coins. I mean, I have a lot of random ass $10, $20, $25 in like these types of bullshit. But
moon bags. Yeah, I got my moon bags too. I've got Moki instead of Toshi. Moki is the other cat that the owner or the CEO of Coinbase owns, and Toshi got a loan from Coinbase early on the same way that Moki did. So those two I think are like sister coins, and Moki hasn't pumped at all. So I mean, not financial advice, but I like Moki. BA says 2 years ago I told Randy when he was pushing Grumpy Cat that they used the copyright image. I think I remember you telling me that too, and I did some research on it. So I wasn't going to buy it, and he said there was nobody to sue, but in the end, they got sued. What's up, Ronnie Lido? Good to see you, my man. Rob T says, but that's because only people who went to SDCC have those boxes. That's why they're going for so much. We'll see what it does after the release tomorrow. All prices will definitely go down because there'll be more supply. Shout out to Ronnie Lido's in the chat. We're talking BB.
Unless it's a crazy chaser.
Yeah, Daniel C says has the one that does all the durability tests. Whistling Diesel did a video with a day trader indirectly promoting him without disclosing and got a lot of pushback. I mean, I don't even know who that guy is. I don't watch him. Rob T says, remember Hodl Fandom? Yeah, I remember Hodl Fandom. He exposed BB bots and we had never seen him again. Are you saying that they went and eliminated him? Hodl Fandom, he was a great video editor. I was jealous of him. He had some good editing skills. Daniel C says he has done stuff with Jack Paul too. Jack Paul, but doesn't mean he himself is a scammer. I don't know Jack Paul either. I don't watch a lot of this Web3 content, I guess.
But Jake Paul?
Jake Paul. Oh, Jake Paul. Yeah, that's that Paul. My bad. I got you. NT NBA dropping Friday. What's that? NT NBA. What does that mean, C-Spill? Is that on
I got you, Danny.
Top
I'm
Shot?
your autocorrect, baby.
Jake Paul.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. Jake Paul, same dude. All right, let's move on to the last topic that we like to talk about during our Tuesday Tales from the Crypto live stream is what you watching. Oh, National Treasure, NT National Treasure, and there's the rookie, I can't remember his name right now, that the Mavericks picked up. He's going to be a good one to pick up cards for. I mean, those might be good packs to buy and try to get one of his rookie autos. That'll be worth a ton. See Wilkins.
I like that white kid.
Yeah, what's his name? Freaking
Fuck, I don't know.
Chase. Last name starts with a C and it's real short. Huddle Fandom's last video is we need to talk about BB's health. 2 years, and then he disappeared. I'm sure you probably got a different channel. I mean, you don't have those type of editing skills and not use them. Love you, Mo, says Denny OC. Pull up the video about an NFL player released. What video are you talking about? This video about an NFL player released. Yeah, let me know about it. I'll pull it up. You can put it in my Discord if you want. For what you watching, Mo, you still on that Beverly Hills 90210?
I am. I made it up to season 9. I realized that the show probably stopped being good after season 5, maybe 6. Because now it just turns into like Melrose Place, basically.
Well,
like early on, it was like,
has Dylan's dad blown up in a boat yet?
Yeah, see, that was so early in the show.
Oh, okay.
And if I go back and I think like, oh, I used to watch it, when it was on like TV during dinner time or whatever, I felt like that was like 6, 7 seasons in. That shit was so early on in the show with Dylan's dad because Dylan wanted to take it off or whatever. But I'm in season 9, and I'm at the point now where it's just like they bring in the same. It's every season the same shit. Bring in 2 fucking good-looking dudes to fucking get the chicks to cheat on the other guys. They all fucking bang each other. And at the end of the season, these guys disappear, and the next season they bring in new people. It's like, and they do the same thing with the chicks. So I'll continue to watch it just because I want to watch it to the end. But I've actually been caught up watching a $30,000 scavenger hunt taking place in Austin, Texas. I almost got in the car and drove there.
What?
Because anybody can enter. You just have to stream it. And I feel like I could win that shit. But
it's a scavenger
It's
hunt?
pretty sick. It's a $30,000 scavenger hunt. There's 50 clues. And I think they're only like 28 clues in. They've been doing it since Friday.
So is this
but
a
they've been
TV
getting
show,
stuck.
or is it on YouTube or Twitch?
It's on Kick.
Oh.
Kick, YouTube. Maybe some people on Twitch are doing it. But mainly it's on Kick. It's run by Ice Poseidon. So he's the one that did like the Survivor games and shit, the Hunger Games out in the woods.
Yep.
So now he's doing this. This is pretty dope. But yeah, it's just the crazy part about it is that you're in Texas, right? So, for instance, he's like, this one kid was just constantly running his mouth talking shit. So Ice was like, you know what? Fuck it. First person that hunts him down and tags him, I'll give you $500. So now this dude's trying to get the clue done, but now he's on the fucking hunt. You know what I'm saying? Like he's being hunted.
Right.
So the dude starts taking off and trying to fucking bob and weave, and he's a known cheater in like the ice games. He tries to spoof his fucking GPS so he disappears. Like, because there's like a whole. This is like an actual production. He's got a map with like all the contestant locations. You're watching them running around like little cockroaches on the map.
That's kind of
They got drone cams going. It's fucking really dope.
Nice.
And so you got this kid, right, bro? Again, you're in Texas. He fucking jumps a fence, like an electrified fence, onto someone's property.
Oof.
You don't do that shit in Texas, bro. Because now this shit turned into real life Hunger Games, bro. The other group of fucking people, they don't know what the hell's going on either with private property. They don't know we hopped the fence. They're just trying to track his fucking dot. Dude, they go down this fucking road. this golf cart and this fucking SUV truck comes flying out of nowhere, cuts them off. They got fucking like guns pulled on them, bro. Oh, dude, shit was wild. And all this time, you got this kid fucking shaking like a leaf in the fucking tree, bro.
I bet.
Trying to hide it. This is why I don't watch TV anymore. It's like all weird, scripted ass, boring bullshit. This is the stuff I find interesting, man. Like, just watching like random shit. Like some of it's cringe, but
Damn,
I don't know.
That sounds like something I would watch. Yeah, Texas is different. When somebody jumps into your backyard, like people get excited, like, "Oh, we get to shoot somebody! Let's go grab our guns! Yay!" Yeah,
I could just never imagine, man. Like, if you're in Texas of all places where people just love to shoot off guns, yeah, I probably would not be climbing fences, stuff like that. Oh, and here's the other part. I'll tell you this one real quick. Yesterday, they're out doing their thing, trying to find clues. A fucking live shooting fucking pops off in Austin while the hunt's going on.
Oh, crap.
At Target. Like 2 people dead or 3 people wound up being dead. Now, you would think if you're like a contestant, you'd be, hey, I'm going to be smart here and not just go wander around right now. I'm going to, fucking head on a swivel type shit. No. You have 3 of these fucking crazy sons of bitches. They were going to the front line interviewing the cops. Bro, this shit was wild. But they got like an active fucking shooting going on right next door. You got these other people like snooping around, looking on the curb for fucking RFID tags, so that they can scan the tag and move on to the next one.
Jeez.
I don't know.
Be fun to
But yeah,
watch.
if you guys check
Something
out
I'd
Kick,
watch.
just go to Kick and you can go to a scavenger hunt category, and there's 49 contestants, I think, all in all.
This is interesting. My man C-Spill had me pull up the Christian Wilkins story. He was at Las Vegas Raiders, but they just released him, which was a surprise. And it's saying down here that a source told ESPN that Wilkins playfully kissed a teammate on the head, which made his teammate uncomfortable, and it led to an HR complaint. Man, they don't make the football players like they used to. But okay, yeah. No, I had not heard about that. Thanks for letting me know. Interesting. BK says, y'all like that Funny or Die sitcom video I sent y'all? Yes, that was hilarious. We'll pull that up if you want. Peaches After Dark was the end of that show. Peaches After Dark? Luke Balt Perry? No, that ain't it. Yeah,
No, the Peach Pit After Dark.
Peach Pit
Not
After
Peaches.
Dark. Yeah, I remember that.
The Peach Pit, that's when, it was like Valerie. Because that was a cool thing too, right? On 90210.
Yes.
When Brenda left, Shannon Doherty, who I never really thought was good looking at all. Bro, when they brought on Kelly Kapowski from fucking Saved by the Bell as like the bad girl Valerie Malone, dude. Yo.
I don't think I watched that.
That made 90210 way better than me.
Skateboard P says, haven't paid attention to BB in about a year. How's it looking these days? Does vibes change with BB-verse release? Man, I don't know. Depends on if you're a Moon Boy or a Fudder, I guess. The user base has fallen drastically. Prices have fallen drastically. It's not very often that you have a profitable drop, but we did have one the other day. I streamed it. It was a couple weeks ago. I don't know, man. There's a big announcement coming. David Yu says there's a big announcement by the end of the year. It's going to bring in a bunch of new users, so maybe he's going to announce something huge, and that's going to change the game. But right now, it's looking grim, in my opinion.
I would agree.
Pokey says, I used to watch Neighbors a lot long. Do you mean you used to get your binoculars out and look at your neighbors? I don't think that's allowed. Yeah, the Dating Host said the same thing. My bad, you beat me to it. What a joke.
What about you, man? What you been watching?
I've been watching South Park, and hopefully everybody's been watching South Park. Have you been watching South Park?
Yeah. You want to talk about South Park?
It's so freaking good this year. Yeah, let's talk about it. What'd you think?
Of course it's good. Of course it's good now.
You're trying. Let me guess. This is the whole thing. Like, liberals always complained about South Park. I don't know anybody that complained to South Park. Every liberal friend I know loves South Park. I watch.
No, it's not that they complain about it. No, I don't do it complaining about it. It's the fact if you look at, what was it, Trey and Matt, fucking right? And I love these guys. Listen, they're hilarious. Yeah. But I just think it's fucking funny that you had all the potential fucking comic material with the Biden administration, and they never ever even tried to touch it. But they go after what? The whole list right here was Scientology, Muhammad, political correctness, transgender issues, sexual abuse in the Catholic Church, anti-Semitism, racism and police brutality, cancel culture, abortion, COVID-19, vaccines. But they never go near the Biden stuff. And there was some good jokes there. And I just thought that was weird. And I thought that made sense when I read that. And I looked into it a little bit. And they never did make any Biden jokes. And then apparently they have money that they're backing interests from the Democratic side or some shit, or they back the Democratic Party with something. I don't know. But I just thought that was weird. But I do love South Park. I have been trying to watch it. Listen, I can laugh, dude. I can laugh at fucking Trump.
Hey, it's pretty easy to laugh at. BA says, I'm neither moon boy or futter, but BB seems to have bottom and prices have started to move up. That's just factual. Even bought a few collectibles the past month. Not financial advice. Yes, it has always been.
And chat is right. Chat is 100% right.
Good to see you, my man. What's chat right about?
No, that Trump, Trump's a great target. And I'm not saying he's not, but I'm just saying that there was a lot of low-hanging fruit with the Biden stuff. They just decided to be like, nah.
Well, the thing about it is that he's suing everybody that talks trash about him and makes fun of him and even tells the truth about him. He's suing everybody, and South Park's like, sue me. And it's funny because I don't think he is.
Yeah, I feel like they've always been fucking crazy like that, though.
Rob, I was trying to remember the name of the show. I was looking it up, and I was like, what was the name of the name of that show? Is something carbon. I couldn't figure it out, and I wish I had
Altered Carbon?
I don't think this pen works very well. Here, actually, it does. I'm going to write this down because I'm looking for something good to watch. I'll probably be the show that I talk about next week. Altered Carbon. It's on Netflix. Now that making fun of gay people is fun again, says Ronnie. Like, what? I do call people the R word all the time on Twitter now. They're the ones who brought it back, so I don't think I'm allowed.
It never even left my vocabulary, but here's the thing. And I don't really walk around calling people gay, and that was a big word in our generation. Like, everything was gay growing up.
Not people, but I would be like, man, that
right,
burger
and that's
was gay.
right, and that's the context of it.
Yes.
You'd be like, oh, it's fucking gay, and then people like fucking, oh, how dare you make fun of fucking gay people. Yeah, and it's like, oh, yeah, shit's fucking retarded. I would never, ever, anybody that knows me knows this, I'm not going to walk up to someone that's mentally challenged and be like, hey, what's up, retard? Like, nah, like, that's just not, that's being mean-spirited, and that's just, now we're throwing a whole different, set of rules in here, just instead of being like, shit's gay,
What he says, way more material with Trump. I mean, yes, Biden's old. He stumbled a couple of times, but Trump is like, there's tons of material. He's a pedophile.
He could have done some good stuff though with the ice cream cones, man. I don't know. Just something, man. Just let me just.
Well, they were staying out of politics. Like, well, I wouldn't say that because they did a little thing with Trump and Garrison early on during his first administration. They didn't do anything with Biden. They might have. I didn't watch all the episodes. Maybe they did make fun of Biden. Just enough.
I mean, they did, rip on the transgender stuff and whatever. Yeah, so it's like they do go against the woke.
That's why people say that the woke people don't like South Park, although I disagree. Says that Comedy Central's entire narrative. What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean. You have to admit he's an easy target. Well, he makes himself an easy target. Plus, there's only 2 episodes so far. Next one tomorrow. It's going to get good. Yeah, I liked the Kristi Noem stuff. Watch comedy all day. I love me some comedy. Just how it was used as happy once upon a time. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
They never did. To me, words are words, and context and intent are different. I mean, the way that they are stifling free speech right now, in a lot of ways, the Trump administration, and then they harp about how the woke people are trying to get rid of free speech because they won't let you say the R word or something. Well, you can say any word you want, but they're actually shutting down like Stephen Colbert's show, and they're suing CBS and NBC, and they don't like the job numbers, so they just fire that person. Like, when the next person comes in and gives you job numbers after you fired the last person, are you really going to trust those job numbers? And that's why all the people on CNBC were yelling at Trump. He actually did an interview with them, and they're like, I mean, they were mad at him because now if they don't have reliable job data, then they can't make smart investments. And they know that they're not going to have reliable job data in the future because the person that Trump installs is not going to give him bad data because they don't want to get fired. And they know even if the data is bad, if they give him bad data, they get fired. So they'll just change the data. And now the investors have nothing to no information to invest with. It's a whole big
it's like when all the Iranian leaders were getting fucking taken out one by one. So you think anybody wanted to be the next leader?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean?
No.
Remember saying when they were like the Iranian leaders, they were like, every time someone would get like appointed, the leaders kept on taking them out, killing them, right?
Right.
Who the fuck do you think is going to want to step up? That's my point with the job list. Like, if you give them bad information,
Somebody's
you know
gotta do
you're
it.
cooked. Like,
Yeah.
who's going to be who's going to be the next one that wants to step up and be like, hey, sir, data's not as great as we thought it was?
So it's literal fascism, literal authoritarianism, and it's crazy that we're just going along with life and letting it happen. I feel like it's time to overthrow the government. I mean, why is the military? I mean, I don't know how that's going to work, but it ain't going to be me. I can't do it. Somebody got to do it because this is getting crazy in my opinion. But maybe
I see what Ronnie in Florida is saying. Because listen, the data was out on this too, the financial losses, this actually has been going on since like what, 2016, 2014 with the rise of like online podcasting and just like YouTube in general.
Yeah.
But basically the whole trend was that advertisers were basically pulling out of late night programming because nobody was watching it. They were watching Twitch and YouTube and shit anyway. So if they're not making money on the ads, because that's what it was pretty much all about for late night, TV from the get-go, then what are they really doing? But that being said, I'm not going to say that I still buy that, that there was nothing behind closed doors with the Paramount deal that,
Definitely. I think
didn't make that take place.
Ronald Lato says, I hope I get famous enough to be made fun of by Matt and Trey. I mean, I guess. But I mean, the way he was made fun of, I don't think I would want to be that famous. No one is watching those shows. That's why they get canceled. Nobody's watching TV in general. I ain't watched TV in forever.
But that's what it is. But that's what I'm saying. You can't be like, oh, well, all right, we're just going to cancel this one. Chances are they're all fucking going. And I know that most of them were already canceled, like the late. Because, right, I mean, when I was growing up, we had the Late Show, right? It was like Johnny Carson, then it was David Letterman, and then Jay Leno had like the battle for a while. But nowadays, I feel like it's the Late Show, and it's the Late Show, and it's a super, super duper late night show. And it's like, bro, it's like fucking 5 o'clock in the morning. I want to go to bed.
Yeah, but you don't get rid of the best one first. But I don't want to get into it, although I have a lot to say about it because we have to have a.
Well, no, they didn't. But they canceled all the other
I
ones.
got to go pick up my kid from the
shit.
gym
All right.
at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, man.
Let me catch up with the chat. Big A says Channel 5 news guy. That's Andrew Callahan. Was talking about stuff he taped but decided not to publish. And a Down syndrome strip club in Alabama was one of them. Really? Is this like some video he put out? I didn't hear this. I'd like to see that. I'm sure he still has the footage. John Oliver is already reporting news from both sides. He's already flipped to keep his job. I've never seen John Oliver say anything that I disagree with, personally. I love me some John Oliver. Justinify says,
He's funny.
Isn't it odd how politics are evenly split down the middle and elections are typically always down to the wire?
Wild.
They purposely keep us split like that. So it's really the rich against the poor. Don't get me started. What's your favorite depressing movie? Depressing? I kind of thought that Shaolin Soccer was a bit depressing. That poor girl. I mean, you have to know the whole story about it. But this poor girl her face was all messed up, and she tried to win the love of this guy. She did all this stuff.
Oh shit! I do talk about the fucking Jackie Chan Owen Wilson series, Shanghai Nights.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
Oh, I didn't mean to laugh there. Never mind.
It's a Stephen Chow movie.
Never mind then.
Dean says there's never been free speech. Like on Prime TV, channels can't play porn. I mean, there's limits. There's always limits. TV is the new radio. 100% true. I watched Super Dave. I love me some Super Dave. There's some good documentaries about Super Dave. DMU Short, he got on topic because they covered bum fights and weather was, RIP to Super Dave. FX NWS mentioned Sydney Sweeney 766 times in a week. That's 4 times an hour. Yeah, it's not news. We were talking about Sydney Sweeney last week. It's crazy the way that they try to put particular narratives into the mainstream, and then everybody starts talking about them just because they want you to talk about them. DNOC says, bad analogy, but just mean things have always had restrictions. Some may push the boundaries. Yeah, don't be fudding in the chat, yo. All right, everybody.
Fun it up.
It's about time to end the live stream for this week, but this is our Tuesday live stream that we do every Tuesday at 6 p.m. We changed our time up. It used to be 5 to 7. Now we're doing 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to be back next Tuesday. We're going to be talking about crop circles and all the crazy stuff Trump has done within the last week. So make sure you guys are hanging out with us. And keep your eye out on my channel if you are a reseller or into eBay at all, because I'm going to be putting out some eBay videos pretty soon. Mo, what do you got planned for this upcoming week?
Not much, man. PFL and Madden. Yeah, I picked up Madden, been playing that. Actually, it's a good game this year.
Nice.
Feels weird to say that. But yeah, that's about it. I appreciate you as always, chat. Y'all take it easy. And next week we're going to talk about how AOL is discontinuing its dial-up internet service on September 30th, 2025. Stay tuned for that big event.
No more M4M chat room. Sorry, y'all. All right, everybody. Let's catch you next week. Have a great week. Thanks for hanging out with us. Later.